Welcome back to the table! We're here again. It's the new table. New table. We built
this shit's actually
we built this table from scraps that were sent to us from a furniture store.
I told you all you had to do was just press the C button and get like 4 pieces of wood. That was all it took.
Yeah, just had to punch a tree enough, and then boom. Then you put it in a proper diagram. I've never actually played Minecraft. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You were actually fucking on point, so...
Cool!
Well, the creepers were a big problem.
Oh, you mean the farmer with the shotgun?
Him and
There's your one DBZA joke you get from me, Chris Zito. That's the one. The fucking one. Enjoy it. Hi! We're back at TFS At The Table!
Yeah!
Oh my god.
I'm super excited. It has been so long since, well, I mean, I guess we had the session 0, which is live on Patreon, but it's been so long since we've just been able to sit down and play a game physically.
Yeah, in meat space.
Yeah.
So, I'll go ahead and just be completely candid right now. Like I've said in the pre-show, but like, anxiety levels right now for me.
Now do a pirouette.
Yeah, I'm not into that again. Yeah, I'm sure you'll fucking love that.
I can't win.
So, it's nervous, but it's also, like, I'm excited. So, I'm just in that, like, weird middle ground of, like, performance anxiety, where I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how do I explain an entirely fucking homebrewed world to a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck is going on?
By setting the scene and introducing the characters and the cast as we weave our way into this world of mystery and mockery and mischief and...
So just wing it.
Yeah.
It's easy.
We do not have anxiety. Because I've never been here before. Literally.
Yeah.
This
is Jesse's first time at the table.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You're good.
Jesse has to do math live on the internet right now.
Yeah, everyone's gonna make fun of me.
which is fucking crazy because this entire setting, this whole system, doesn't require math most of the time.
I'll find a way to fuck it up.
You have to add something to your...
disadvantage.
You have to add something to your rolls.
Add 20 to that.
20 plus 12 is 32?
Yeah!
Oh, thank God.
Now add 7
First
to
thing
it.
you have to do.
No! Math? We don't need it. Let's throw it all out.
7s are
in
hard.
the world, generally, not just
Yeah,
D&D.
roll. Do I win? Yeah, sure, what the fuck ever. I just rolled a 3, but it's fine.
Alright.
Okay. Let me hit the music going.
Oh, we got music.
Yeah. Chat, please let us know if the audio is loud, the music is louder than us, so I can adjust that accordingly on my end.
It's nowhere near, I can assure you.
Yeah.
Okay, sick. Well, hey, listen.
Stefan's gonna be handling the leveling over there.
Oh no, I understand that, but of course you always gotta remember there's gonna be the one guy.
Yeah.
I can't hear Lani over it.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, Lani's quiet.
Yeah, like he's really quiet. I can't hear a fucking thing he's saying.
That's when we know you're lying.
Yeah, you can't just go making things up.
All right, chat member. Where's the kappa?
All right.
Okay. Welcome to the world of fiction. It is a world eclipsed with mockery. Some even say that the planet itself is alive, that you are actually standing on some kind of eldritch being that could or may have been something from the void. Yet, for some reason, a bunch of people decided that this was a very good place to actually touch down on a spelljammer and start, just, you know, fucking around and finding out and seeing if this planet is sustainable. And then the planet had other ideas. The planet started giving birth to creatures that almost looked like what showed up on Spelljammers. And then it started to become more sentient, and then deep speech was invented, and then out of nowhere from all of this, we found out that this entire world is crafted up by 9 gods that constantly watch over the world and only give benefits to those who are just about to die, but if their life was so deemed worth it, they would actually be renewed.
It's a hell of a discovery to make midway through planet development.
And only certain amounts of people who are called the directors may know this.
Oh.
I already hate them.
Time has passed after all of this has happened, and with the advent of Spelljammers, that means that tech is certainly involved. For those who don't know what a Spelljammer is, it is literally a magic spaceship.
Yeah, D&D rockets.
Yep, D&D rockets. It's kind of a mixture of like 1960s science, but with like also pirate ships and magic and shit. But
I built this spaceship out of wood. I just imagine dwarves just smacking things with magic hammers. See how far it'll go out there.
I can't breathe!
I wonder if they're still alive. It's the same people that treat Treasure Planet like a historical documentary.
Oh, fuck me, that movie.
Want to get on your solar surfer?
I hate it here already.
Welcome to my world.
Alright. So, many years have passed since this advent had happened. There are now sprawling cities. With the advent of Spelljammers, that also meant that they brought over life. Different creatures from the multiverse started showing up. And for some reason, while on this planet, in the world of fiction, which was now being called by the directors, fiction has this weird way of actually allowing people to somewhat communicate with aberrations. So anything that used to be eldritch actually like has a common place here. So much so that, you know, just your average everyday fucking Joe Schmo mind flayer could be just walking down the street. Oh, hey Dave. What's up, Tim? What's up? That brings us to our setting, the city of ACME. A sprawling metropolis. Think of it like American Industrial Revolution, with a wee bit of magic. So for those of you who know what Eberron is, it's kind of like that.
Early 1930s.
Yeah, you know, I'll get those titles.
Yeah.
Shit like that. That's all over the fucking place. Let's just pretend it's fucking fantasy New York City, except that everything around here is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you
Fantasy New York Hollywood, there you go.
Yeah, New York Hollywood. That's actually a really fucking well put together place to say that it is. That was a sentence.
Yeah.
There are other kingdoms around here. The current kingdom that you guys are in is the one of Acme, run by the Kingdom of the Inks. They are a family of sketches, which sketches are one of those weird aberrations that actually came forth from humans and all other creatures of this realm. They are mockeries of objects, other creatures, and just pure fucking weird, like, just uncanniness about them. Like, it's bizarre. Our story takes place after the three of you actually have just finished a mission for the police department. You are currently on a mission to help a police officer who had actually lost detainment of a crazed lunatic who ran off into a dumpster silo. And he wanted you guys, three spry adventurers, to go into the dumpster fire.
Detectives? Private detectives?
You could be both.
I guess. I don't really consider myself a detective.
You're an intern.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
Good call.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit there. Good call.
All right, see?
So,
Broken clocks twice a day and all that.
I'm glad we're all happy.
Just don't expect an invoice.
we'll get to what your characters are in a hot second. So, the three of you went to a garbage lot, a defunct garbage lot, and went after your target, which was a lunatic dwarf who was spouting nonsense and stealing trash from people. You found out that it wasn't his doing, it was actually some kind of psychic aberration that was controlling him. You were actually able to save him before he was bodily harmed, and you brought him back to the police department where no incident had occurred, and the police officer had actually given you a very nice stack of cash and said that he might actually have a little bit of connections he might be able to give you just to hang out at a tavern called the Toad at the Hole.
And they took my grenade launcher.
Well, you know, that was kind of unfortunately part of the deal. You couldn't keep anything, but you did walk away with 500 gold each.
Blugen's doing gold angels. Just
In the middle of the bar?
why the hell not?
Just sitting on the fucking like bar top as like the bartender's just like, sir, do you want a drink or not?
What do you got?
You want dragon whiskey? We got that. The finest of all of Acme.
Yes.
I feel like that's slightly racist. Oh, don't mind me. I'm busy.
I'm from a different time. Yes.
Well, why don't we go ahead and introduce your characters real quick. Let's see, who do I have to start with? So let's go ahead and show this off to the chat. Oh, by the way, big props to my artist, Mocking Moth. Please go check them out on Twitter. They fucking did a bang-up job on all of this.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting at the bar, looking at a small other-looking dragonbornish kind of critter. Very tired, very well-dressed, but very disheveled. Looks like he's on like cup 9 of coffee. Maybe has a little too many cigarettes in his mouth right now.
Oh, I don't smoke.
Oh, you don't? Well, why don't you describe who you are and what you do?
I am Belghast Har, not Har. And I am the leader of our detective agency, and I seek to uncover the secrets of the storytellers. In fact, I just got a big tip from our last mission, so actually, after sipping my 5th cup of coffee, I am going to enact my conjuration ritual. I will actually stand up from the bar, head slightly to my left, all the way to the back of the bar, knock on the table 4 times, head to the table behind me in the northwesterly direction, knock on that table 4 times, head to the table to my left, knock on that 4 times, then head back to the table to my southeast, tack on that 4 times, then go back up to the bar, tap on that 4 times, ask for the whatever drink is on the 2nd shelf 4 to the right, and if it costs more than 10 gold, well, does it cost more than 10 gold?
It's apple juice.
Does it cost more than 10 gold?
I don't think apple juice costs 10 gold.
Perfect. I'll
Quinn,
take
speak up a
it.
bit.
I'll take it! I'll take it.
Okay, do you want to describe everyone what the fuck all that ritual shit was about? Because you actually have something special.
I am a conspiracy theorist, a subset of investigators, homebrew class, which seek to do things with rituals. Probably a better way to explain that, but...
Mage Hand Press, they have a lot of really cool homebrew stuff. Enough that I am very okay with this being just common hat in my games.
Yes, I have my storyteller slab, and a notebook, and several trinkets will assist me in combat.
Now you've been saying that word a lot. What do you think that means, from your perspective?
What is combat?
What is... What are these storytellers?
They are the cruel, unjust creators of this world, which manipulate the fabric of our reality to suit their designs and control our lives. I don't know which camera I should look at, so I'm choosing this one.
Roll me a history check.
First check of the day! Where's history? Oh, that's a 9, so this is 24.
24? Okay, all that shit you just said was partly true, but it was a little bit of bias in there, just a wee bit.
I have no bias.
That's a complete lie. You should have rolled deception on that one.
I'll do it!
Who's contesting against you?
God!
Motherfucker. Roll deception.
Deceive God.
Wait, never mind. You can't. I'm fucking telling exposition here.
I rolled an 18.
There are 9 gods in this world called the storytellers. No one except for their quote-unquote directors, which are basically like the kind of pope of their religion. Only a select few people in the world are directors who actually can speak to the gods and know and actually can say their names.
So they say.
There are 9 of them. Each of them are supposed to be said to govern some sort of alignment. What is said about the storytellers is that they're basically watching everything you do, except they're not. You have to do some outrageous, wacky, dumb, or even cool shit in the world of fiction for them to even fucking look at you. And the directors are the closest way to do that on the mortal plane, other than, you know, you deciding, okay, here's one of 2 things I could do. I could either go rob this bank, or I could give to charity. One of these is gonna make one of the storytellers is gonna go, oh, that's kind of cool, but which one do I want to do more? Which one do I think is gonna give me the most notoriety? All right, everyone, this is a robbery.
And that explains why they've cursed me with my compatriot.
Who is currently standing on the bar stool reaching for the dragon whiskey being handed to him.
Why don't we go ahead and show you off, because you're actually... You look like a Dragonborn, but you look a little, weirder, so to say.
Of course I do. I'm a sketch. I'm here to bring joy to people's life, especially my best buddy who found me in a cursed book. Ah, good times. Give me the whiskey!
The bartender, who is an ogre, just takes the whiskey with like 2 fingers because his hands are bigger than the fucking shelf itself.
I take it in 2 of my hands. Yeah.
He doesn't give you the whole thing. He fucking actually pours you a glass.
Oh yeah, of course. Pours me like a little shot glass.
Yeah, like
but I take the cup in my 2 hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
This is gonna go great. Con save, that would be a 11.
11? Even for what you're supposed to be, so you look like a dragon, but you look like a very small one. What is your sketch mocking, by the way?
Well, it's mocking a dragon, of course. Why would it mock anything else? I'm a dragonoid.
Dragonoid, you say?
Yes. Woo! Ha! Hits hard.
I rolled 1 above you, so, you're taking disadvantage to deception a little bit there. That shit fucking warmed you up real good.
Ha! Is there a piano in this bar?
There are 3 bards at the theater right now, or like the little side corner. One of them has a saxophone, one of them has a guitar, and the other one is in fact on a piano.
I'm gonna get up on stage and dance with them. I'm that good. I'm there right now. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, roll a performance check.
Let's go. Natural 20.
I'm just standing there. We have to do this.
I get up on stage with all my cartoon glory and it just bust a move and start breaking into a actual singing song. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Tip your waiters, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
All right, well, with that roll, a lot of folks are actually like the obviously the bards weren't playing that at all, but
they are now.
Noticing the fact that people are throwing gold your way because of this like little performance of yours, they're actually going along with it and lead into your song.
Yeah.
You gain 30 gold.
How much did the drink cost me?
Probably 5.
All right. 25 gold. I'll just pretend I paid.
They threw him 30 gold, each individually?
No, just
30 gold right there.
Okay.
Cumulative.
Alright, very good.
They like me. They really like me.
The guy on the guitar just kind of like looks at you and goes, "Oh yeah, that's why."
Yeah.
Reek of alcohol. But they don't mind, because like they're just here to fucking like play music and have a good time. Speaking of having a good time, we have a very large, but like a very large and very goonish dressed up human sitting up next to Belghast. Why don't we go ahead and describe what's going on with you over there? Let me show my players.
Kyle feels a little out of place, but he goes to the bartender and is going to say, "I will take an apple juice," because that looked good from when.
You can have the rest of mine.
Oh,
the ogre.
I only needed
the ogre slams his giant ham hock that's like probably the size of like your upper torso down on the table.
Are you restricting how I use drinks I've already purchased?
Everyone's got to buy their own.
Who are you working for?
It's okay. I can buy my own. It's okay.
I own this place, small man.
Who are you really working for?
You know, I'm just gonna pull it. And Kyle's just like trying to disengage this aggression, is pulling out his coin purse. How much? How much of it? It's fine. Yeah, I'll take one, please. Thank you.
He turns and looks at you. He like squints his eyes and like snorts his nose. You need the hard stuff. Grow hair on your chest. And he like gets a thing of cider and puts it down in front of you. He doesn't disclose what it is, and he hides, because of how big his fucking hand is, it hides the label.
Just an apple with a death face on it.
Well, cider does sound good. Okay. And Kyle,
He lifts his thumb. It looks like the gnarliest fucking gangrenous apple inside of it with a live, like, parasitic worm writhing in it. And the liquid is purple. It's the face shit, kid.
Sure.
Good luck.
Thank you. Kyle's gonna pay for it.
Puts his hand on top. 15 gold.
Okay, yeah, well, sure. And Kyle pulls out the rest and gives him 20. And
Gives him 20. Roll persuasion.
what do
Oh,
I
you're
add
too
to...
nice. I don't want this.
What does this mean?
Do I add anything to it?
Natural one. You get
You add your persuasion. If it's 0, then you'd add nothing.
So it'd be your,
At the very least, it's +2.
yeah, your charisma.
I think it's +2. Yeah.
It's 2, yeah. So 20.
20?
Modified
together.
20.
So...
Before he puts his hand away, before you take it though, he like reaches over to the side and grabs a weird, like almost slice of like large grapefruit. You get the chaser.
Thank you.
That extra 5
Roll a
gold.
con save with advantage.
That extra 5 gold was worth a garnish.
Tell me how many seconds you can stay conscious.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, there you go.
All right, well, fuck rolling that, I guess. Nat 20. You down
155.
you down it like a champion. It's almost like you just drank water, and like even the fucking bartender is kind of shocked at that.
I saw him lift an oven like 2 hours ago. Believe me, this is hardly surprising.
Kyle wipes his mouth and goes, yummy.
Blugen, having been freshly, still fairly drunk, wanders back over to the bar, grabs onto the bar stool, climbs up.
Is there any cider left in your glass?
I got all of it, I think.
Is there any more of that cider?
You want a shot too?
I want to get one for my friend.
Aw, you shouldn't have.
15 gold.
Deal. In fact, I'll also give him 20 and say don't give him the chaser.
Persuasion. Sir, I'm legally supposed to put the chaser in. Doing so without it is literally
14.
poison.
He's bribing him not to.
14. Oh my god, he actually fucking goes through with it.
Alright, here we go.
Con save with disadvantage.
Cheers! Glug, glug,
I
glug.
clink it with the apple juice.
That is a 10. That was a lot. How am I doing?
Okay, so
Blugen's dead.
no, it's not, basically what's going on here is that like that just tasted like just this really citrusy drink. Like 5 seconds pass, nothing's happening, and then the bartender just goes,
like Roger Rabbit, my head turns into a fire alarm and just spinning around the room.
everyone in the entire bar is just like so nonplussed to this. Because everyone in this bar is a sketch. Yeah, so you
Crash
got,
in the middle of an explosion.
yeah, you got Blugen fucking running across the wall, Sonic the Hedgehog style. Fucking
And after the explosion, there's just a charred Blugen there, but he immediately gets up, doesn't he?
Actually, I'm standing on the ceiling. The chard was a illusion.
yeah. Your eyes are kind of glazed over right now, so you have about like
I'm leaning against whatever light fixture or like chandelier this place has.
wow, fuck me.
Which, by the way, as a sketch, one of my abilities is that I got to choose between having a swim speed and a climb speed. I can just defy physics and walk on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's one of the fun facts of being a sketch.
Well, drinks in the show was one thing, but I was hoping for more.
Well,
Yeah, we're supposed to be meeting somebody here, right? Oh, this is a comfy bed, I say, leaning back against the chandelier.
I fucking can't believe I rolled this, and I just looked at what I wrote down. Because it's a Fey drink, it also has wild magic attached to it. You have true sight.
No.
You have 10 feet of true sight.
I'm too drunk to understand what I'm seeing, but I see everything I don't understand.
You look over at your friends. Yes, you're sitting there going, "Oh, we're looking for we're waiting for someone, right?" You look.
I'd be glancing around the bar.
Yeah, you kind of like your vision kind of glances over at Kyle for a hot second. You could have sworn your friend looked a lot less slimy than before. Like,
It's probably my fault.
And his head wasn't as square, and also he had more than just a mouth.
That's some good stuff. It really messes with the brain. Belghast.
What?
Did you know you're blue?
No.
No, you're seeing every vein in his body right now. You're seeing his skeleton. It's like X-ray vision.
You have bones inside you. There's a skeleton piloting your body!
I start immediately, arms out, looking up at him. You know too much!
Ah! I run to the bathroom.
Oh, thank goodness.
Roll a con save.
That's a 9.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, no, you just bile it out. That true sight's gone. He comes back wandering out.
Yeah, I kick open the door. Ah! So, what I missed?
While he was off into the restroom, two very well dressed, like suit, like very well put together suit, like very wide brim hats. Their outfits are completely black. Obviously with the white shirt underneath it and a red tie. Of course,
yes.
Two of those gentlemen kind of like meander themselves over to the bar. They're kind of like really, really tall, so you can't tell what exactly they look like. But they sit like in between the both of you, not obviously seeing your companion who just ran to the bathroom. The both of you roll me a perception check.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead, Ansel.
19.
9.
9. Alright, this is kind of weird that they like... You like kind of just like notice this one really lanky person sitting next to you, and like you just don't pay it any mind because you're just waiting for Blugen to come back out from his little trip. Kyle, these gentlemen are wearing weird kind of like porcelain masks that almost have like a bird slit nose that kind of like stretches outward. And you notice this weird little crest on their on the side of their shoulder. It's very, very small, and it kind of like bleeds into it as well. Roll me a history check.
Sorry, I'm gonna be a little slow
It'd
at
be
this at
history
first.
+5, so I don't...
History plus intelligence.
Do I have history? Oh, I'm sorry, it's 0, so it's 5 total.
5 total?
Yeah.
You have no fucking idea, but it looks official as shit. The gentlemen, like, don't look at you, but they kind of just, like, you hear, like, this weird hushed voice from the both of them, and they both speak at the same time. Excellent work for the precinct.
Go! Oh. Okay. Hi.
Yes, hello. I dare say you are the detective agency that assisted the police officer?
We are.
I'm an intern, technically.
He's working with us, though.
They turn and look towards Kyle, both their heads kind of just like swivel like crows over towards him.
But like I said, he's the intern, so if you want to say something, you should say it to me.
Do you want a drink? They have really nice spicy apple juice.
They look over at the barkeep. The barkeep, his eyes are wide open as he's looking at these two gentlemen. He just hands the whole bottle and walks away.
Oh, great. Cool.
Typical favoritism. Didn't even have to pay.
Benefits of being part of the Royal Guard.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Roll another history check now that you see them.
Which one of these is a 20? Plus 9 plus 17. I don't know why I'm having
26.
a part on it. Yeah, there you go.
26.
do.
26. Before that goes on, I'm going to have them speak to you again. Tell me, what have you know of the Golden Pen Guild? And with that, you've seen a couple of the detective work around here. They're actually pretty big and high standard when it comes to entertainment in all of ACME. They're actually kind of like bigwigs of the movie biz. They're almost like they're the entire city's like overall like governing body when it comes to movie making.
So they're part of the conspiracy. Got it. Golden Pin. I know of them.
And obviously you know of our employer, Mr. H.B. Micron. He is the guy who fucking runs that whole show. He's a very secluded man. Barely anyone has seen him. You only hear about him. This is a big fucking deal. Kind of strange how a small, like, runaway from a police department garnered you, like, something that is almost on par with a directive standard. This is pretty big game fucking work that you're about to pick up.
Do we know if Micron is a dwarf or not?
Nope.
Okay.
If you want to roll a history check, you can try to gander an idea of what he might possibly be.
I always want to know who I'm tangentially working for.
By this time, you're back as well.
I kick open the door.
Ha! There are two weird, like 9-foot crow Slenderman people like sitting next to your companions.
History check.
Yes.
17.
17.
I look at the two. Meh. Just walk up, try to find my seat again.
Oh, you find a seat. Before they answer you, they both immediately clockwork swerve over towards Blugen.
Hello.
Well, that's just horrifying.
I'm Blugen P. Dragon. Nice to meet you.
Associate, he works with me.
Partner, best friend, buddy,
they
bosom
both,
pal.
When you say that he works with you, they both turn and look over at him. You reek of a face curse.
You hear it too?
I'll tell you, don't go in there. It was a bit of a mess, so...
You garner some weird Feywild magic with you.
I am literally a haunted one.
Excellent. That's meta. With that, they tell you... with that, you garner to yourself, after reading up on one of the few mysteries, because you're obviously a fucking conspiracy theorist, so the fact that someone with no fucking image, yet somehow owns an entire company that runs most of the entertainment industry in this entire city, that's kind of strange to you. But even to your fucking, like, weird little scrambled, like, just nonsense of information, you still have no idea what this race could possibly be. Or what this man could be. Or even if it's a man at all.
So they're sitting between me and
Kyle
right now.
And then Blugen kind of just, like, appeared. So, you, where are you all, like, looking at this point?
Kyle is too scared to look at the men. He's just kind of staring at the floor and trying not to dissociate.
I am sitting in one of their laps. They took my bench!
I'm rereading my notes about this conjuration ritual because I think I may have just broken the world. Royal Guards. Golden Pin. This wasn't what I was expecting.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us what that ritual is there, friend?
Oh, I wrote it down. It's nonsense. It's really nonsense.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, are you actually casting a spell? You have to legally tell me as the DM.
No, Belghast was up.
You have to legally tell me if you cast it.
Otherwise, it's entrancement.
No. So, here was Belghast's logic. We encountered 4 immature axe beaks at that location, 2 mature axe beaks, and on top of that, there were 10 holes in the ground in that first warehouse. That is why he tapped on the table 4 times, got the second to the left on that row. He's been trying to see if he can pick up facts to conjure a new storyline. It looks like, however, he's conjured something he did not expect.
It worked too good.
Yes. I'm just that powerful.
I'm gonna roll something real quick. I want you to roll me a perception check.
It's hard being too good at your job.
Not here. 3. Oh,
3?
5. I get a +2.
Hand me your book.
I like this book.
Oh, moleskin, nice. Rip.
I bought it today. It is empty.
No. I'm doing it for effect. Don't worry.
Okay.
So you're writing notes down and shit, and you're by yourself, right? You have just like a moleskin as a character.
Yes.
Okay, so you go to reach for your moleskin, you realize that it's a glass of the Fey whiskey once again, but then you realize, wait a minute, that wasn't what I was looking for. The Birdman is like, he has like hit your book like 3 feet up in the air and he's looking at it.
That's all proprietary.
I'm currently sitting in his lap. Oh boy, story time!
Don't look at page 50!
Read page 51. It's my favorite.
The book is flying, like the book looks like it's almost flying, like his hand's kind of like disembodied. And the pages, he's like holding it like this. The pages are still flipping.
Now, I don't have my, okay then.
It mage hands back over to you.
I guess it's too late to have you sign our NDA.
Unless it isn't.
I think it is.
It might be.
Well, did you bring the paperwork?
Did I bring the paperwork? I hold open my vest. No!
Then yes, it is too late. Well, I guess let's get to the root of the matter. Were you the person we were told to expect here?
Yes, we were.
Okay.
We're their liaison, as it were. You will accompany us out to the limo.
This feels like a trap, but I don't think we should leave. No, I meant we should leave with them. We don't leave the situation. It's a hunch. Trust your hunches. Lesson 1 of being a detective agency. Trust
Are there
hunches.
any more associates with you? Lest you bring them into this fold?
Everyone else in here is a sketch, right?
Yep.
No. Just these two and me.
Excellent. They both stand up. When I mean stand, they kind of like Studio Ghibli, like no face lurch upward.
I slide off the lap like a slide.
No, you like face through them. You like no clip them, and you're sitting in the seat.
Okie dokie.
Follow. And they slowly trudge out towards. They don't trudge towards the way they came in. Not the entrance. They go to the back. Everywhere they go, there's this weird like 30-degree like drop in temperature.
Right before I follow them out, I look back to the bartender. Are like any more of those ciders left?
He's watching the two gentlemen walk away the entire time.
Look at me. Over here. Any more of those ciders left?
He turns and looks at you. The face stuff or the dragon stuff?
The face stuff.
He handed you the whole bottle. He left it there.
Perfect! I'd take the bottle and then I'll walk out.
Yeah, he's like fucking 10 feet to the side, staying away from everything that's going on over here. This is, by the way, I said it's an ogre. This is a 12-foot tall giant man that takes up 10 feet wide.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. They're horrifying. I'm going with them, so I'm taking this. I take the bottle. Bye!
In its place is actually a small sack of money. Left with that same sigil. By the way, the sigil itself, it's a golden crest that almost looks like a kite shield. And it's a cross, and one of them is a pen, and the other one is a sword.
Well, that's nice, but I wanted the bottle. Whatever.
You know, he gave you the bottle. Like, you took the bottle.
Oh, I thought you said the bottle was switched out with the bag.
It was switched out with the bag, because that's them paying the guy for taking the fucking entire bottle of whiskey.
Oh, okay.
That was left by the apparitions.
Okay, so I still have the bottle, but he has the bag.
Yes.
Got it. That confused me for a second.
Sorry.
Perfect! Just what I wanted.
So, you two have been standing there the whole time watching this all go forward. What I can describe as is weird bird mask ghosts just told you to get in a limo.
Oh, Blugen's running out there. Shotgun!
The mage hand grabs you around the throat, lifts you up. Follow, not lead.
Shotgun.
They squeeze.
Just sit in the back of the limo, Blugen.
Okay.
Kyle, you'll have to go after Blugen. I want to be the one closest to the door.
Sure, no worries.
Perfect.
There's no moisture left in his throat. Like, he's just been staring, like, not making eye contact with anyone. And he goes to the bartender and is like, Can I have Can I have a glass of water, please?
He like just fucking tosses you the pitcher. Roll a dexterity save.
Oh fuck.
It's be dexterity. You don't have proficiency, I think, so it's just +2.
Yeah. Where is dexterity for?
It'd be second one, that one.
Oh, perfect. So it's 10 total.
10. Yeah, can I have a glass of water? He fucking like throws the jug at your face.
Yeah. Do I catch it?
No, it falls on the floor.
That's his fault.
Thank you.
He wants you to leave. He doesn't want anything to do with this.
Yeah. Kyle leaves.
The golden pin, the golden pin guild just showed the fuck up and strolled in and spirited away 3 people. He wants none of this.
Mm-hmm.
It could be worse. They could have put those bags on our heads instead of paying the guy with them. So, you know, levels of severity.
Yeah, we should be grateful.
He's still holding on to Blugen. Will you follow instruction?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I might be able to do that.
He drops you.
Neck is like an accordion.
He takes you, they usher you out towards the back alley. So, you know like in Spy vs. Spy where they kind of just like hunt, like as they walk, like you don't see their feet move, but you just see like their upper bodies just like bob?
I follow in fashion.
Yeah, that's fair. There is a very well gilded and very well, you're in a dive, by the way. You're in like this fucking night dive. Like, and not a terrible one, but a very like shabby establishment, but not one that like, you know, someone's gonna mug the shit out of you if you go anywhere that's not on the beaten path.
Oh, yeah, you know, you can't go to the clean places. That's where they get you.
I mean, it was enough that the patrons there had like 30 gold to spend on tips for the show. So
yeah. So in the city of Acme, there is a giant fucking tower that is like 2 cities wide.
Oh.
That lurches into the sky. Metro? Anyone? Metro?
Mega City 1, Peach
I
Trace.
was thinking City 17, but okay.
I'm thinking more Metro here. Metropolitan, by the way, the 1927 mill. That is where all the rich people fucking live, and you only see like fucking images or just barely like maybe 1 second of them like kind of just like walking around the corner and shit. Normally like held together by bodyguards, like actual legit fucking adventurers that look like they're, I don't know, like 3rd to 4th tier levels of fucking adventuring. Yeah, there's a limo parked right out in the alleyway that is exactly that, waiting for you. It is almost as long as the block itself. And it looks like the car actually has headlights that are eyes. And it's the grills look like moving, gnashing teeth.
The turning radius on this thing must be terrible.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, does it? Is it one of the ones that bends? Like it literally bends around corners?
Like a Mercedes?
No, I've seen buses that do that.
They turn and look towards the fucking front end of the car, and it turns and looks towards you.
Well, that answers that question. All right, seating order.
It like snakes up and like looks down at you.
Point taken. Blugen, go in first.
Okie dokie.
They open the door without actually grabbing it. The back end, it pulls forward and then lifts up Star Trek style.
I bow to the car.
Thank you.
And I step in and I immediately press my face to the far window.
What far window? It's an impossible space.
Ah, damn it.
Great, it's another TARDIS. I guess my plan doesn't really work. Go next.
Yeah, you get in there as the bird people look down at you. Yes, go in.
What do I see in what is the shape of this impossible space? Is it like a void or?
It is a completely abyss-looking void, but it has a wine rack with some chilled ice with the wine bottle in the middle of it, and next to it is a very luxurious red sofa.
I'm gonna go bounce on the sofa.
Nothing happens.
Yay.
You follow suit.
I go last. My intention was to be next to the door, but clearly if it's hammer space, that's not gonna work.
The door shuts behind you.
And just vanishes.
The entire world around you becomes this weird but very lavish-looking, like, seaside view.
I mean, it's pretty, but whatever.
As you smell the seawater. You fucking feel the breeze. There are birds flying. There are seagulls flying by. Beautiful ladies and men off on the side, just like sunbathing. You'll have to excuse me. This is one of my favorite dives. I kind of like this location. I hope you don't mind that I chose this as our little secluded area. Oh, there's a disembodied voice.
Belghast is just looking at the sunbathers. No, I guess it's fine.
Kyle is too embarrassed to look at the sunbathers. He's just looking at the whatever is the ground.
You seem tense, sir. Do you prefer something else we would rather envision ourselves with?
No, you're good. No, this is fine. I like sand. Sand, good.
Blugen's still just bouncing on the couch that's in the middle of this beach.
Well, if you are comfortable with this, then I shall be as well. Coming around from you guys is this gentleman, and now I actually get to show an archived character.
Oh.
That is a very well-dressed, luxurious-looking sketch that just turned around the corner as he snaps his fingers, and from the sand actually materializes another seat. And he sits down. Everyone roll a history check. With advantage, because it'd be fucking impossible for you not to know who this is.
For those listening at home, how would you describe this well-dressed sketch?
This is a black and white, almost kind of wolfish kind of in form. He is wearing a red sort of like royal suit, almost kind of like Queen's Victorian sort of way. An ascot that reaches down for fucking miles, and he fucking stands at least about 6 feet tall, and he's very fucking, like, well put together for himself, like, hands behind his back.
23, by the way.
Oh, and by the way, he's got a very elongated rapier right next to his fucking side.
I got an 8.
14.
Such a rapier, just happy to see us.
That's cute.
I try.
Shall I show you my sword? He, like, cocks his eyebrow.
Only if I can show you my... Do I even have a sword? No, I have a gun.
I see. Snaps his fingers and a cork is on the end of it.
Well, that's
safety reasons. Leave it on.
Like I'd ever shoot you.
Roll, what's your history check, everyone?
I got an 8, so I might know basic knowledge of who this is, but nothing.
Nah, he's just some fucking really rich dude. Clearly, this is some fucking levels of fey magic. Magic is not really all that well, like, viable or known out in the city of Acme. Only, like, the luxurious and the rich, like, the 1% actually have access to, like, high magic. The only other way for you to do this is if, like, you imported stuff from the Feywild out here.
I got 14.
14?
23.
This is the prince. This is Arden Well.
Always a pleasure to meet one of the...
Up. He, like, puts his finger right in front of you as he sits down, and he conjures up glasses, and everyone gets one.
Now I'm bouncing on a couch holding a wine glass.
He's going to spill it, I guarantee it.
Oh, that's fine. That's why we have prestidigitation.
Fair enough.
These are wine glasses?
Yes, and
Okay.
the bottle, like, lifts up by itself.
It's only one glass.
Oh.
Fuck you, the juxtaposition of a fucking Sonic cup! Fuck you! You just ruined the whole scene, my immersion! You dickhead!
At least you didn't pull out a wine bottle and start pouring in there.
How's that Baja Blast, Belghast?
Just one cup.
Fucking hell!
To make you feel any better, I choked on it.
Good.
Fucking damn it.
There's something so confusing in
How's
my
that
brain
Route
about him
41
holding
you
that.
got there, Belghast? Fuck you.
Kyle is not holding the wine glass proper. He's holding it with 2 hands, just like kind of uncomfortable.
He's actually watching you as you do that, and he's just like, he's not upset by it. You would think that someone of this stature, like, obviously is like, ugh, the Commonwealth. No, Arden brought you here. He's clearly got a little bit of dirt on you guys.
Yeah.
Impossible. I am squeaky clean.
He like just chuckles at that. That's cute.
I'm now sitting on the couch, like legs crossed, swirling the glass, and I have a monocle.
Now, I'm sure the both of you know who I am. You can obviously tell him. But I would prefer if, for now, unless it deemed very important, that you would all refer to me by my alias, HB Micron.
That sounds about right, yes. And you know what? He probably shouldn't even know. I don't trust him with anything.
Don't spoil it for me.
It keeps him busy.
I see. Yes, he reeks of the Star Kingdom's magic.
I did just get out of the bathroom. It was an ordeal.
I would ask if you knew of my sister's location since she is studying abroad there, but I have a feeling that you've only just stuck around in local districts.
I was in a dump yesterday.
Excellent. Yes, so I'm told about that. Very nice work, by the way. You all performed very admirably.
Grenade launcher helped.
Thank you. I rode a chicken.
I wrote a bigger one.
I can already see the storytellers writing about this as we speak. Oh, is that a hard pressed situation for you?
Let's just say the storytellers can write whatever they want.
That is kind of the point.
You really don't want that.
It's all about wanting these days, is it? You know what I want.
Oh, I do? I actually don't know your names. I just know of the job you've done. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
I am Belghast Terhar. Call me Belghast.
He looks you over. Yes, and from your dossier here it says that you own a detective agency, or at least try to run one.
He has a dossier but doesn't know our names. I feel played.
Maybe I am playing with you.
Belghast dislocates his jaw and just dumps the entire wine glass into it.
Would you like more wine, Mr. Belghast?
Sure.
It magically just appears in the cup.
Again.
Oh no, I think you've had enough. We have business to discuss as the glass kind of just shimmers away. The wall behind you, the entire environment just kind of fizzles and warps like it's a ripple of water.
Right as it's disappearing, I chuck it at the sunbathers. Oh, did I hit the... Oh.
5 points!
I was aiming for the one... Whatever, they don't exist.
Oh no, they do. He snaps his fingers and the entire side of the wall just fades away to another perspective. Let's not do that because some of this actually is a real location. My magic is very wobbly, shall we say?
Belghast, they were just enjoying a day at the beach.
I did...
My sister's more the...
Harsh things in life, harsh lessons. Harsh lessons. Oh dear.
You've had enough, I think.
I've had too much.
Kyle just carefully sips his wine.
Blugen pops up in between Belghast and the prince. Hi, I'm Blugen P. Dragon. I'm the one that makes the company work. Holding out my hand.
He actually just takes your hand and shakes it very firmly.
He lifts me up and down with it.
I dare say, a lot of you is just so much of the Star Kingdom. How does your magic work, if I may dare to ask?
Well, I want something to happen, and it just kind of comes out of me, and a bunch of sparkles and glitter just shoots out behind me. Ah!
And the more it annoys me, the more powerful it is.
It can get pretty powerful.
What song can you sing that's the most annoying for him?
No, no.
He casts silence just before you're about to do it. Oh, this is fun.
He's really going for it.
Yes, I can actually hear it. It's quite ear-piercing.
Through the night!
Kyle's wine glass.
You watch as Arden's ears kind of just wobble to the side of his head, and he grabs them and just pulls them back.
Kyle's wine glass breaks when you hit that.
I was going to say I do that and I cast Thunder Wave.
Oh Jesus! Let's not say we did on the damage dealing.
Not the sunbathers. No.
All the fucking umbrellas just get set on fire.
Oh, I'm Kyle.
The intern.
The intern. The one that rides axe beaks, wields a shotgun, and has a very peculiar sense of physical strength to him.
Got a lot of moxie. Yeah, he's a good intern.
Is that what we call it now?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just call it strength, but he has a colorful vocabulary.
Moxie's a good word.
Roll an insight. He is eyeing you down so fucking hard.
Are you poaching my interns?
Oh!
Nat 20.
He knows exactly what the fuck you are. He's just not saying a goddamn word.
Kyle's just looking.
It's quite alright. I understand I understand the need and desire for hiding. I mean, that's part of the job, really. Now, let me...
No, wait a minute.
Yes.
Hiding what? What are you hiding, Kyle?
They can't be hiding anything. I did the background check myself.
Hiding that he's a very...
That
good-
means he's hiding a lot.
Hiding that he has a very strong sense of drink to him.
I
Watch.
asked him if they
Snaps his fingers. He, like, looks at you and, like, nods his head. It's water.
Look,
Just downs it.
Kyle came in. I asked if they had anything they were trying to hide. They said,
Insight.
and then, see? No problem.
Roll an
That
insight.
just makes me more suspicious.
roll an insight, roll persuasion with advantage.
Oh, you're probably gonna beat me here.
Persuasion? Persuasion with advantage.
Yep.
So roll twice.
Already beat it.
Well, 15 was the other one plus...
Plus charisma.
I think for you
Should
it's
be
just
the-
2. Yeah, it's just 2.
think
So
so.
17. I got 8 plus 16. So not too far, but
Oh,
Fuck,
wow.
look at him go. He's drinking like a champ.
Chug, 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 chug.
Oh, if that's the case, then it's more water.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's just fucking constantly going. It looks
if you
like
drink
wine,
too
though.
much water, it might as well be.
No, Belghast. That shit's wine.
Chug, 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 chug.
Very, very hydrated.
Mm,
So, we're here, huh?
yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. As I said, do mind the quote-unquote impossible space. I want to make sure that we're alone, so to speak. Yes, Mr. Belghast.
Well, it's semantics, really. But if it's an impossible space, isn't the fact that we're in it now making it possible? Therefore, it is not an impossible space. It's more like an implausible space.
Smoke is rising from Blugen's ears.
You sound like my sister. She's way more into this conjuring business than I am. I'm more the...
I'm into everyone's business.
You know what? That's actually very good for what I'm about to ask of you.
Perfect.
Now, obviously, you've seen the Golden Pin Guild. That is my side company. I'd like to keep it that way. And... Belghast, could you please not sour the entire mood by constantly sighing?
I must admit, just calling the Golden Pin Guild a side hustle might as well be tipping your hand, but go
I am
on.
rich.
Oh, that was clear when the bus bent back to look at me.
Ah, yes. This running gag is actually quite well. It's actually a new model. They actually just released it not a week ago, but I'm sure the slums won't know it till a few months from now.
Are the puns finally in the used shop? I've always wanted a pun, but I could never afford one.
Roll a history check.
The car's called a
19.
gag.
A
The,
running
the
gag.
car is called a running gag.
Wow.
Actually, everyone roll a history check with that word.
Do.
Well, the way it maneuvers around corners, it's got a good gag reflex.
I got a 12.
12.
19. Oh wait, what do we add to it?
You know what? Your
Intelligence.
charisma.
History.
But you know
History.
what?
Nothing.
This makes fucking complete sense for you of all people.
Yeah.
Running gags are mimics that have subpar intelligence and are just made to have one specific purpose.
Ah. Crazy.
Right, so this is like, there are mimics with like higher intelligence and then there are mimics with lower intelligence, so it's not like this is a subjugation thing, it's just like, oh, well, this world is a fucking mockery and mimics are all the fuck over the place, so let's make uses out of them. So sometimes like everyday objects can just be a running gag, but there's also the chance that a running gag could go haywire and actually attack people. That's actually a common plight. It's almost like the ROUSs of this world.
Are they getting paid?
They're getting fed.
Yes.
Okay.
You would assume with how powerful, large, and fucking luxurious this running gag looks, it's being well taken care of.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Especially
it's
that
all
it can
good.
fucking elongate to a city block and has an impossible space in it.
I used to get paid in food until we started making money.
And yet you eat the money.
It's really good.
Now, I have a job for the lot of you. And I assure you that I can make this completely worth your while if you were to assist me in this matter. Now, I assure you, it may seem a little harsh and a little weird, but I figured a strapping group of adventurers and detectives like yourselves and whatever internship you're a part of.
Oh, shucks.
Unpaid.
Unpaid, yes, that'll be changed if this mission goes as well.
Well,
I'd like you to assist me in weeding out a revolutionist.
All right. Who, what, when, and where?
And why?
I don't have the who, that's the problem.
Ah.
But what I do have for you is that they can shapeshift. And I've been on their trail for years now, trying to find them. And I've now only locked down their location. It is a... Oh, what's the nice way to put it? Oh, it's a regicidal serial killer sort of scenario. And they've escaped from the center of the city and have now found themselves here. We're about to go to a movie lot under the guise of the Golden Pin Association. We are ambassadors trying to make sure that everything is up to code, while also performing our own little investigation. Unfortunately, the lot we're going to is run by a very rich and very private company owned by one Ford Money. A very haphazardly put together in standards ogre. He owes a lot of people a lot of money, yet for some reason he's always able to get away with decent movies that are somehow high quality, but I don't quite understand why. But that's not the whole reason we're going. Someone was murdered the other day. Someone who is playing the role of my father in an upcoming movie. And I quite take this as a personal offense, as this revolutionist seems to like trying to aim and gloat and punish anyone who has any sort of connection to my family. And I feel this situation needs to be taken care of swiftly and professionally.
Well, you came to the right agency.
I do hope that that's the case.
Me too?
Now, are we running with me so far, or is there anything else you need to know?
I would guess I would want to make sure. Do you want their identity found out, or do you just want them eliminated once identified?
And how many
Alive or dead is fine by me, so long as I have a body and I have the person I'm looking for.
What type of cereal does he usually kill? Like oat-based, corn-based, rice-based? We need to round up the usual suspects.
Oh, I like this one.
He's a good mascot, if nothing else.
Now, the reason why I would prefer that none of you speak the actual name on my account is I don't want the serial killer to actually know that I'm going to be there, much less HB Micron.
But are you going?
Oh, I am going with you. I'm an inspector, of course.
You're tired. If this person is specifically targeting royalty and already took out someone who just trying to portray the king, seems like you're just painting a target on your back.
Yeah, you might want to look less hot. I mean, less the outfit. I'm just saying that
No,
he's gonna get another
snaps his finger, and he wears just like a dark robe, dark not robe, but like a kind of suit, kind of like very like well put together attire, almost kind of like yours, but like, you know, less scuffed up and fucking old.
Slight ignored. But your face seems like even that carries.
You know this far well, don't you?
I do indeed.
The capability of being able to change ourselves at will.
I do. I take out a pen. Now, where do you want the mole?
I'll place it right here. As he actually like grabs the bottom of his jaw, and he will use a ritual cast to actually be able to, as a sketch, the sketch have a capability to actually change one attribute point into any other attribute point they want. So, for instance, if he was to say have a +1 in strength, he can spend once per long rest the ability to actually change that in a 15-minute on-the-fly ritual.
So you can add a +1 to it, basically.
Yep, and he's switching that little point in whatever he had as he cracks his chin. He like kind of like maneuvers his hand over his face, and it looks like his snout snubbed in. His like the fur around the side of his like face actually poofs out a little bit more, and his eyes kind of like droop and are like half closed.
You turn this off to a pug?
Kind of.
Okay.
Well,
That's what I was thinking when the snout went.
Now I have breathing problems.
Well, less hot, so we're...
Yes, he's moved the stat from hot to adorable.
Yeah. Who's an adorable prince?
Well, that does solve my chief concern.
HP Micron at your service.
Of course. Anyway,
HB Micron. I said P, didn't I? Well, fuck.
Well, it's for P for Pug now. So.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's actually funny.
will the movie lot be working at the time? Obviously, you know, our last encounter was in an abandoned facility. Will this one be actively working, or will we expect to have an empty set?
Oh, no, not empty. Mr. Ford is quite persistent in the fact that if he wants to get a movie out as quickly and cheaply as possible, he will get it done even during a hurricane or some other natural disaster. He's given us about 3 days worth of time to actually investigate the location, but he will try and hustle us out of there as quickly as possible. I hear a lot of his business practices are shady is the nice way to put it. To the point that he will try everything in his power to make sure that our investigation, as secretive as we try to keep it, will be hindered at all costs.
Sounds like you have someone who has support in high places.
I have friends on the inside who might be able to assist us. And we will only use my actual name in front of them if you believe they are the right person.
What should we call you?
HB Micron.
Not. What do we call you when you're not?
You know his name. It's Arden. Well, it's Arden Inc.
Oh,
He's the prince.
I see. I wasn't sure if, like, the common people know. If he has, like...
Oh, no, the common people know who the fuck he is.
I don't.
Well, you ain't common.
For good reason.
Like, it's hard-pressed, unless you're Blugen, to not know who Arden Well is.
Well, then at the moment I have no other questions.
Anyone else?
Does this place have food?
Oh, I believe it is. I've had my informants tell me that they're actually setting up some sort of banquet. Part of the lot we're going to, Mr. Ford actually has his own personal museum where all the props of his movies have been placed up together.
Delicious.
He was having some sort of celebration put in order just before the movie shoot was finished. But now with all of this hullabaloo of a death around him, that kind of put a little bit of a stump in front of him that he had to trip up a little bit.
It does tend to.
Aye. Do you have any questions, sir?
Are the sunbathers okay?
He like turns and looks back at them. He picks up the wine bottle.
What? Oh God.
10 points!
You got the ginger! Good job!
Yes, let's remove ourselves from this. Snaps his finger, and you're now black in the void.
Oh, well, I left my coat back there. I don't want that coat back, that's fine.
Well, don't worry, you'll be going in with our own personal accoutrement.
Do we have a cover while we're in there, or are we
Yes,
just
you are part of the Golden Pin Guild.
Okie doke.
You are inspectors here to make sure that the film is put up to code. You are not here for the murder, if that's what you're asking. None of you are here to investigate the murder, and he puts in quotation marks.
The death of someone on set feels like something an inspector would be concerned with.
Oh, I'm sure Ford has hired someone for that.
How'd he die?
We're about to find that out now, won't we? I only have so much information.
Oh, fair enough.
We'll be introduced to everyone who was on set. I hear the detective that they hired is very not so much thorough, but very brash.
They didn't come to us, must be fairly low rate.
Well, she's more in tune to be an adventuring type more than she is a detective. I fear that this might be a case of Ford trying to buy someone as low as possible, but get results at the same time.
I see.
And the reward for all of you, of course, if this all goes well and we find the man that I'm looking for, or woman, whatever it is, you will be all handsomely rewarded with platinum that will not only cover your building's entire mortgage for years to come, but also I could bring you before the directives.
Directors. You said directives.
Oh no, the directives are something different, sir.
Oh dear.
Conspiracy theorist like you doesn't know what that is. That's adorable.
Hear that, Belghast? We won't have to rent anymore.
You'll be a part of the board more than you will be actually answering to it. Roll a history check.
I got some distance.
Oh,
That's
is that
a 7.
Okay.
Plus
That was a
9,
one.
so 16.
So there's the directors, and then there's the board, which is the entire fucking religion itself spread across all of fiction. The directors here only have sanction in ACME, and this is possibly the birthplace of the directive.
You do make a tempting offer, Micron.
You're playing along, that's excellent. Will you all have your own personal names, or shall you all have secret names?
I've got 16 different aliases. Let's see which one would make the most sense here.
Probably your name, then.
No.
Well, no one knows who you are, right? He grins at that toothish, like, fucking cheek-to-cheek tooth.
You could go by
you can-
Belghast instead of... You can go by Belghast.
Oh, Mr. Belghast. You can write fucking deep speech all you want in that book of yours. I can see it.
You didn't see the sketches.
No, I saw the penis. Very poor form. You should really learn how to draw.
I thought it was a Christmas tree.
There wasn't a... Oh, no! So he wasn't just reading it. That's defacement.
Oh, very well. He snaps his finger and that page disappears. Again, I have no concept of how this magic works. I just know that I can do this while here. Again, I'm not the magic sort, as he pulls out the rapier, and it's like very well, like it looks like it's made of silver. Or the roguish type. Puts it back on his belt.
So an asshole.
Oh, but you knew that all along, didn't you, Mr. Belghast?
There are some things I know a lot of, some things I know a little of, but I'm always
Oh,
trying
you
to
know
learn.
very much a lot of a little.
But I'm always trying to learn.
And in there, that's why I like hiring you. And your little detective group.
Hee
Now, it's an agreement. As much as Ford will be trying to make sure that you are all staying up to code with the movie standards, we all have our own little personal agenda to find out where this killer is. Correct? So you will all do me a solid and make sure that whatever you do, please don't try to get the detective on the case about us, or even some of their employees. Try to be as discreet in trying to find our fellow.
Any prohibition about taking that letter to its ultimate stand? Could we eliminate the detective, if necessary?
I'd much rather you didn't kill innocents.
But if necessary...
No, I'd rather you subdue her.
We could just not murder people. It'd be cool.
Yes, I'd like if you didn't murder someone. That would...
I was saying in the context of necessity.
Look,
What is it?
sometimes when you gotta fight fire with fire, you fight murder with murder. It's a part of the game.
No, Blugen, I'd much rather not have my family name be sullied by murder.
2 murders don't make an unmurder.
Do you not understand the ramifications of a prince of the entire city of ACME?
You're the prince!
I gave the game away.
I found you out! Haha! I knew I'd get to the bottom of this.
Snaps his finger, everything's on fire around you. Let me make one thing very clear, Mr. Blugen. if my family was to be sullied by the idea of murder, or even suspected as such, I will not be the one who will be... I will obviously have to deal with a smear campaign, of course, but I could easily have the three of you erased if this happens!
Gotcha. Then I'll get this out of the way. Did you do it?
Snaps his fingers and it turns to a void. No.
Oh, good, my jacket.
Okay, then.
Mr. Blugen, we are going to go there as a third party. I am here to find the man who did the murder.
Gotcha.
And that is what you will be doing as well. Discreetly, and not getting in the way of the detective, and making sure that anyone who works at this facility not know of what we're trying to do.
The P in Blugen P Dragon stands for discreet, sir. It's just very silent.
Well then, anyone else have any questions before he like holds his hand out and you see like the form of a door appear. Step out.
Should we expect any members of the royal family coming by? Well, aside from you, of course, coming by for money?
Absolutely not. Everyone here is an actor. They will be playing the part of my family, probably in a poor fashion. But no one in my family is inside the slum sector, and my sister is abroad in the Star Kingdom. I am the only one here, but I am also not here.
Of course.
Excellent. Shall we step out? And he holds his hand over to the side and the door Star Trek's opens again. This is where we'll take a break.
All right. We'll be right back at the table.
Sorry, this is going to be a huge exposition.
Hey, no worries.
This is going to be a huge exposition.
You got a lot of world to set up here.
Welcome back to the table.
All right, we're going to move over to a map.
A map? That means we'll need a mouse.
I got it.
Yep, there we are. Yeah, so for everyone, especially the tech desk, it's going to be at the...
Very bottom.
Yeah, you're going to be at the very bottom in the left side.
Look past it.
Yep.
So, oh, look at me, I'm adorable.
Let me go ahead and at least show you guys Arden, because you actually have seen him.
That's too far. Let's do that.
Overlay, here we go.
Alright. Move, boo. Cancel.
Alright, there's Arden, and... So, you guys walk outside of you guys step outside of the limo. You are now standing in a very large movie lot. There is a giant fucking silo right in front of you. The door is closed with a metal rebar, but you can clearly see the inside of it. It's getting aired out with a lot. It's getting aired out basically, but there's a lot of like "Don't cross" police signs and tape and shit across the way. There's another doorway to the side of you, but then there's another door to another building that almost kind of looks like it's a cathedral in a way. But it also says like it has like a giant like theater like setup where it's like telling you the movies that are coming out, and for right now it just says coming soon, and then there's nothing else added to it. It looks like it was hastily kind of like slapdash together on top of it. The sign, like the building of the cathedral like place, or the theater, we're gonna say, like the theater side of it, is very ramshackled. It looks like there's been a little bit of disrepair, but it's just like clean enough that like it's very serviceable. There's a pathway that leads around the silo of the lot, but it looks like it's gated off with like a metal bar. But it does look like there's a lot more to this building. As you guys walk on up, before you guys actually leave though, Arden provides you with tuxedos that were actually kind of like altered magically to fit both of you, fit all of you. So it's all basically commoner's clothes, but you all still have your basic stuff. But this time you have the Gilded Pin logo on your chest.
Ooh.
So
you know, I forgot to ask, if we're not supposed to be inspecting the murder, what are we inspecting again?
Oh no, you are supposed to be inspecting it. You're just not, you know, you're supposed to be discreet about it.
Okay.
You are here, our quote-unquote cover here is to make sure that the film is still going to be produced. So, any questions you have concerning the production of the film, what is required, what other object, if like inspecting of props and what have you. That is all what we're here for, in quotation.
Would it be completely out of the realm of possibility to go, there was a murder here, we have to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Oh, that's why we're here.
Well, I know that's our goal, but when someone asks us why are we looking into this specific thing, we could still say, well, there was a murder here. We need to prevent a murder.
Yes, that's...
Okay. I just want to...
That is, of course, that is actually what the guild wants me to do.
I just want to make sure where the line is between...
At what point we're blowing our cover, and at what point
we're keeping our cover.
You're keeping your cover as much as you possibly can, and we're also making sure that no one knows who I am. Well, if that cover needs to be blown. I am who again?
The prince.
Oh no. Yes, our princely boss Micron.
As you say that, you look over towards Blugen for a hot second. The two giant, like, ghost-like creatures were standing right behind him the entire time.
Oh, I shouldn't have stopped
Jojo posing over me.
Belghast is suddenly overcome with regret having covered for the person he thought was about to get killed.
The only other thing that of note that is in front of the lot right now, apart from the fact that there's like palm trees everywhere and just like little bits of grass and like topiary around to make the place look pretty, there is a fountain that looks like it actually has a deep well kind of system. It looks like it was a well, but it was repurposed to be a fountain. And that's that little black dot right there on the side.
All right,
so you guys go ahead and roll on up to the building. I'm gonna have him right here next to you. So there are two figures standing before you, standing outside of the lot.
What are they like?
I'm getting to that.
Gotcha.
I'm trying. I'm doing my best.
We don't have control over our tokens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. God damn it.
You do not have control over your tokens. That is fucking dumb.
Look, sometimes I don't have control over my own body. It happens.
I'm sorry, this never happens.
Yeah, no, this is fucking weird. You shouldn't. Like, are you set to map? No, that's impossible. There we go. Why are you not letting me edit? What the fuck? I'm the DM. What do you mean? Okay, controlled by all players. Set that for... Sorry, everyone.
This game not sponsored by Roll20.
No,
so
it
feel
isn't.
free to complain about it.
Yeah,
Roll20 doesn't have sponsorship money.
Fuck no. If there are alternatives that aren't Fantasy Ground, I'm fucking
Hey,
love
there
to
we
hear
go.
them.
All right.
Already seeing boundary references.
All right, I got Kyle and myself.
Sorry, one more thing.
You're all good.
All players now have control of everyone, you should.
There we go. Ha!
Everyone, whoa, slow your roll there, friend.
Just moving around. And...
Rams us into a wall.
Yeah, you might want to put him back, though, because you actually did kind of, like, moved into
Whoopsies.
something.
Wow. Sorry.
You moved us right into the guard.
I was moving us into open space.
We're just clipping into the guard. Hi, how are you?
Alright, let's go ahead.
Must have been the wind.
Okay, the problem here is that I think the game is... Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello. Hi.
So, you're not exactly up to them just yet, but you do see off in the distance there are two characters. One very tall one that almost looks like from the back of them, they kind of like have... They're obviously a humanoid shape, but they got a monkey's tail and like there's like little patches of fur that kind of like go down their wrist, indicating that there's some kind of like humanoid. And then there's this tiny little fellow who almost looks like a sketch, but so I want you two to go ahead and roll me for the humanoid figure, and Blugen, I need you to roll me, all of you rolling in history. Everyone gets advantage.
Advantage? Oh boy.
It's off my pencil.
That's a 16.
16 as well.
10.
Okay, that's fine. Why don't we go ahead and get Blugen's out first, because he got the roll first. Let me go ahead and unarchive this character for you.
They are unarchived.
Show to players.
Show me.
Did it show up?
Not yet.
Pan out. real quick, because this...
It normally pops up just in the middle of the screen.
I mean, that's the whole screen. It's not like it would pop up in a specific part of the map.
Fucking weird. Okay, show players. It's not showing. What the fuck?
Did it give you the dialogue box asking for showing?
No.
Does it, you might need to put it in everybody's journals, too.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Roll 20.
Yeah, it's a time, this program.
More like roll 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in my journal. That's
Got
fucking
him.
why.
There you go.
This program, man. Jesus Christ. Save changes. Edit, save changes should be there. Okay, now show players. There we go. There is a very small, what looks like a toonish imp creature standing there in a turtleneck and a very large, oversized coat. There is a emblem that is dangling around his throat that almost kind of looks like a very common holy symbol, but unfortunately because you were looking over at the other person, he saw that. So you will catch up on that very quickly. This fellow has a spade-tipped tail, a very large horn that kind of like erects out the side of his head, and very droopy ears. This is a Namir. So Namir in this world are kind of like what a sketch would be if they were tiny, and they're basically the tiefling version of cartoons, except that the Namir were kind of stated to be creatures that came from the void, but that opening of the void sent them into Avernus, and then they came out through Avernus, and now here they are, and this is what their form takes up. So you are literally looking at a little deviled cartoon imp.
Little cartoon devil.
Now,
Yep.
is this the face of a killer? Sorry, is this the face of a killer?
Well,
Just gonna project.
let me go ahead and introduce the other character for you. Show to players. Here we go. You obviously aren't going to get the names yet, but...
Monkey lady.
Yes, this lady has very, very bright red hair, a tan suit. She is smoking a cigarette as she is standing out in front of the out front in front of the police line, looking down at her little comrade as they're both talking. From here, you don't hear anything. You all turn and look to the side. Before I describe that, this is a Vanu. This is just basically this world's equivalent of mockery against humans.
Monkey people.
Yep.
Dirty monkeys.
She looks pretty clean to me.
So, Belghast, as you're looking up and you see these people, you turn and look over at Arden. You turn over and look over at Arden. Arden looks very, excuse me. Arden looks very perplexed at the fact that there's a Namir standing there. Like, this shouldn't actually be happening. You are not up in front of these people just yet. You are off at a distance away, so if you want to say anything before you walk up to them, now's the time.
Should we go introduce ourselves?
No. HP, do you happen to recognize these two?
One of them obviously is the detective on the case, but that small one, that's kind of a little bit of a monkey wrench in our plan here.
Blugen grabs Belghast by the collar. They got a tune and a detective working together. They're stealing our shtick!
Well, they don't have an intern. So.
Aha! One up on them! Gotcha! I yell.
Before that happens.
Oh.
Because I was in the middle of explaining shit before that occurred.
So the second you're done, it's just...
Yep.
Kyle also laughs at your use of monkey wrench as you're talking. This is good.
Nice.
Off to a sterling start.
Yep.
Meanwhile, 10 seconds before Blugen's outburst.
Yeah, like just a wee bit, because I want to at least explain shit before we go.
No problem.
Along. Sorry to kind of railroad you there, but I'm
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Go ahead and X her out real quick, because I want to show off the other character real quick. Like, we'll focus more on him, because
the other one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, remember, this is just us. This isn't what the stream folks are saying.
He
You're on
controls
him?
that.
Alright, so yeah, just put it on Brother Kilroy for now.
Brother Kilroy.
Yeah, Arden is staring down the Namir more, and he points down at the little thing around his neck. He's part of the directive. I did not foresee Ford hiring someone from the directive. This is kind of bad. We absolutely do not want our cover blown by him of all people. Everyone's gonna want to suck up to him.
Would the directive know? Does the directive...
This is all fun. This is all happening under my watch. My watch alone. The pen kind of knows what I'm doing because I had to put a spy in place. But the directive's a whole other thing, and if they find out who I am or what the fuck I'm doing, there's gonna be a lot more than just a scandal on us.
Well, how can the directive... Assuming we all keep to our stories, does the directive have any special abilities that would let them see through us? Literally or metaphorically?
I don't know. I've never seen this person before. I don't know what they're capable of. As this tiny, like, little cartoon man with the biggest smile, giant fangs, looks over at you. Oh boy, new friends! Gotcha! I got you too! I see you!
Blugen's gonna start stomping up to him.
Arden just, like, fucking holds his face.
No, not today.
The other humanoid turns around and notices the lot of you. She doesn't move. She's just, like, kind of eyeing the small creature as it's walking towards you. Yeah, he's waddling. He's like waddling towards you, and he stands in front of you like this.
And I stand in front of him, hands at the hips.
Hi, hello, who are you? He holds his hand out to shake.
Blugen looks down at the hand, looks back to him. I'm Blugen!
Hi, I'm Brother Kilroy.
That's a sick name.
Thank you. He like grabs your hand and it's like fucking like, you know, he's like crunching your hand. But it's not like a painful crunch, it's just like cartoons shit.
I imagine both of us, like both of our hands just kind of like grew a little.
He like kind of like turns and looks over at the side of your arm where the pen is for the guild. Oh, you're here from the guild.
Yeah, we're here to make sure that things are happening in the way they should.
Cool! You wanna know what the fun part about my job is?
I don't know what your job is.
That's great, I'm gonna tell you! I'm here to investigate a murder.
No kidding!
Yeah!
Do you know who did it?
No!
Ah.
But I'll find out! As he holds up his hand, and he like, forms like the image of what looks like a sickle.
Shh.
I'll find out who it is! So say the directive!
Anyone
want to roll a fucking arcane check to figure out what the fuck that was?
Definitely.
I don't know shit, but I'll do it anyway. Natural 1! I did it! I'm the first!
No.
9.
11.
11? 9?
Yeah.
That was clerical magic.
Blugen minor illusions his hand, like tries to do something cool with his hand, raises it up, it turns into a stalk of corn.
Okay, that's not great.
That's still really good. I'd imagine it comes natural to you considering you're from the guild.
Yep!
Small point of order.
I try to keep changing it, it turns into popcorn.
Cool!
Divine magic is sourced from what? The storytellers or...
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep, the storytellers are what the source of the magic is. There are other gods outside of ACME, but most of the religion revolves around the storytellers here. Like, seeing other form of clerical magic in the city is either you're a stranger who just moseyed on in, or it's blasphemy.
Tell me, Brother Kilroy, how'd he die?
Oh, well, I kind of think that's more on her point to tell you. As you turn around, there's the nice monkey lady who's standing there with a cigarette. She takes a puff of it. Well, aren't you a colorful cast?
At this point, I'm walking up to her and I say, "You look just about as tired as living as I do."
He means that as a compliment.
No, I can feel that. You smell of coffee and booze and wine.
That's a longer story, but suffice to say, I think we are of a kind.
It's more of a biography.
Yes, and judging from the little pins on your shoulders there, you're from the guild?
Yes, the guild has taken a special interest in the operation of this lot, especially since now someone's died.
I don't blame you. We're here on investigation of the murder, but I'd imagine you're here on the behalf of Ford's little fuck-ups.
Well, at the very least, we want to make sure that no one gets murdered again. So, if you would be so kind as to let us know at least the circumstances of how the death occurred.
Oh, I would love to. I could all bring you up to speed, but introductions are in order. Hello, I am Betsy Mancatcher.
Hello, I am Humor.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Humor. H-U-M-U-R. Humor.
I lean over to
Arden.
Kyle. More like humor less. Am I right?
Arden's kind of like mutters over to Kyle and to Blugen. Is that his fucking code name or something?
He does this from time to time. I'm never going to remember this, and he knows it. And it's always going to lead to a funny situation where I call him by his name, and then it's just...
Well, Mr. Her, nice to meet you.
Whatever.
Humor, sorry. Again, dude, you just fucking threw a monkey wrench at me, giving me a fucking pen name that I'm not even gonna fucking remember.
Would you like to write it down?
Yes!
Sorry, I only have the one book.
Okay. And she turns and now looks over towards you. Oh, and you are?
Kyle panics and says,
I'm Elk.
Elk?
mm-hmm.
Well,
Elk. Yes.
Yeah, my mom wanted to name it Kyle, but she was a little out of it when I was born, so she spelled it backwards.
seems right. You're, the guild is rather full of eclectic people. Speaking of.
Hi.
And you are?
I already introduced myself to this guy as Blugen, because apparently I didn't get a memo.
No, we're just keeping this part of the group secret.
Yep.
And you are, sir? She turns over to Arden. HP Micron. She's taken aback by that. The entire facilitator of the guild is here. Well, I've taken an interest, considering the fact that, you know, this has to do with the royal family, and I'd much rather not have the guild be taken down by any higher-ups from the royal family.
You'll see why we take such a big concern in this situation.
I would understand that, yes.
Yeah, the royal family really likes to roast you over the fire if you do something wrong. From what I understand.
You look off in the corner, and there's the two bird people staring at you with little, like, cartoon Disney hats and, like, sodas looking at you.
Hello.
Oh, I can do that too.
Brother Kilroy and Mancatcher turn to the side and see nothing. Well, in any case, we'd be glad to offer you as much information as possible, but I think you would like to see the facility. Excuse me. I'd imagine you'd also would like to go inside the lot and make sure the employees who were at the time of the murder are in order.
Oh, yeah, but yes, of course, but first things first, we would want to get at least a perspective on what happened from someone who's at least been trained on such things.
Also, maybe lunch. When we got the time for that anyway.
You missed it! I had a huge sandwich the size of this big!
Oh, what was in it?
All the meat you could possibly want!
There's innuendo in there, I'm sure of it.
Oh, boy!
The car was too slow. I dropped to my knees. The car was too slow!
Oh no.
Well,
You've offended the car.
The car just, like, lurches up and looks at you.
I just imagine, like, leering over the wall. I'm making enemies today. I've made a lot of enemies.
Well, unfortunately, the poor schmuck that died was one of the lead actors for the king, one Marlowe member. It was a murder with a blunt instrument. Unfortunately, what that instrument is, we can't tell because it has not only was there blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, part of it also looks like it was scraped away with what looks like an instrument. And it's synthetic in nature, not so much natural, though it has the occurrence of what looks like a claw mark.
More like Marlowe. dismember?
Most of the head
It
was
hit him and then tore a piece away.
Yeah, it hit him with the blunt force, and then it tore a piece away. She's gonna mention to you that they moved the body like already like 24 hours ago. They have pictures and shit to show off, but the outcropping of the body is out in the back of the lot. The guy's head was pressed down and then scraped across. His entire head kind of just like splurted out like a fucking watermelon.
Fitting. Clearly this person didn't just want to get someone killed, they wanted it to hurt.
And they wanted it to be a message, says Arden.
Oh, did they write it in his face?
They left a note.
Oh, well, that's cleaner.
That's a little straightforward.
I'm kind of disappointed. But what'd the note say?
A bunch of gibberish and deep speech about how the royal family must go away and must die, and how... just revolutionary speak.
Dissidents are so pedestrian. Don't you think?
I know all the words you said.
We're gonna do great together. I'm sure of it. Anyway, if I may... So is that... And he points over to the silo. Is that where the body was found or where you're storing it?
It's in the back of the... We have the tapes written up in the back of the lot. Before we head over that way, I'm going to introduce you to all the other suspects we have.
Of course. I do... Obviously want to make sure that it... Well, if you leave a note, it's not an accident. What am I thinking?
At least they left a note.
They did say it was... They've all been saying it's a murder.
I know, but you think part of the safety inspection would make sure no accidents happen, but...
Maybe the note says it was an accident.
Could just be an incredible coincidence.
Well...
It could be like, you hit someone's car, accidental, you leave a note, like, hey, I'm
Denounce
sorry.
the monarchy!
You leave a note? That's so nice of you! Wow,
Here's my insurance information. Down with the king.
As one does.
Sometimes just leave a manifesto wherever you go. You don't mean anything by it. It's just words on a paper.
Well, if you don't mind, well, shall we then? As Mancatcher kind of like looks to the door and lets you go forward.
Yes, no, of course.
Just be careful of the... And we'll reveal the map.
Oh no, it's a flaming pit set!
I fucking said we'll reveal the map. You absolute fucking...
Remember, the scroll wheel is only
it's
absolute hellhole of a fucking application.
God.
And... So, who's gonna head in first?
I would let the detective lead the way.
Oh no, she let you guys in first.
That feels like a trap. I open the door before I walk in.
We've been through worse. We went into a limousine.
Well, at least now we have that. I try to check my surroundings. I'm not entirely successful.
Well, she like looks at like you. Obviously, there's hesitation when she says like you go in first. I'm like, I understand how that must sound to you, sir, but at the same time, I also want to make sure that every person who is here is accounted for.
Are there any other... I still at least open the door to look, but I don't walk in yet.
You open up the door, you walk inside. Let me grab you guys real quick. I can't, because this program is...
But...
absolute dicks.
I can grab us.
There you are.
Like magic.
Okay.
So, Mancatcher, what nationality is that exactly?
Vanu?
Ah. Good strong name.
Alright, so you guys walk in. It looks like a sort of reception area before you walk into the lot. There is a plexiglass wall with a bunch of metal bars surrounding around the side of it. And there are two officers standing in there. One obviously is another Namir who is of very small demeanor. And there is a very lanky, very scared, like, focal glassed fucking, like, human who obviously looks like he's way too wispy to even be here as a security officer, is now standing there in front of the door. The small not the small person, let me go ahead and unarchive these people, because, you know what, I'm just gonna archive everyone at this point.
Oh, look at that dork.
A Rick Moranis type.
Alright, and there he is. Don't delete it, Jesus Christ, this app.
Delete all D&D?
Yeah,
Delete all cops?
Delete. Show players.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this guy looks like he's he's obviously fucking ill-equipped to be here, but
Fresh out of the academy.
Yep, standing right there as he like notices the lot of you and then like kind of like not squeaks, but he like kind of just like jumps up and like lurches. Hi, welcome to lot 17. How can I help you? And then you see like a tiny hand just like grab him by the wrist, and it almost looks like the force of actual like a person who's like bigger than him, but it's a tiny hand. Grab his wrist and pull him to the side. Shut up, you fucking idiot! It's not your turn. As she sits up, this tiny little Namir sits up on top of the bar and looks at the lot of you, and she's squinting at you through her fucking shades. Let me go ahead and show players. Show to everyone.
Like a pit bull.
Yep, she is now staring at the lot of you. Alright, state your name and business. Only the detective's supposed to be here.
Golden Pin Guild come to inspect the premises to make sure business as usual can carry on in light of a murder.
There's a movie that needs to be made, and we're here to make sure it gets made.
Also make sure another murder doesn't happen, but that's less on our priority list.
Because the movie is what's important.
Exactly.
This is show business.
As you're all saying this, she kind of just like looks at the lot of you, turns her head, and just like... Zap, get the book and make sure they're on the schedule! Alright! The human like fumbles for a book and starts looking around, and you look you see Arden just like, all right, this is all going so far. Like he's not muttering it, but there's a sense of confidence in him that everything's gonna be fine, even though this woman looks very intimidating and is very fucking angry at the fact that you're even here. It's right here, ma'am. It says it right here. Who approved this? I don't remember anyone with these names here. She like throws the book at him. Well, it was Glamour and Magic who set it up. Of course it was Ford's fucking hookers. All right, so write your names and put them down here on the list, and I'll make sure you get in, and we'll get you all signed up. And then Ford will come down and make sure everyone's accounted for. She hands you a book. What do you all write?
I write humor.
Yeah, Kyle writes Elk, E-L-Y-K.
God damn it.
Blugen signs his Disney-ass autograph in there.
Alright, that makes sense. She like snaps the book. It makes an audible clap and almost
Now, wait a minute, we have one more. And I gesture to the book to be given to HB.
Oh, right, HB.
Yeah, HB
it's the fucking pen, Chris. It's the literal micron.
I do sometimes get confused by the HP laptop.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Arden walks up and writes down HP micron. And the moment he writes that down, she looks at the word and then looks back up at him. Bullshit, you're not who you say you are.
Is anybody really who they say they are?
What are names?
What is a person?
If not words we identify with.
If not a miserable pile of, hello, I'm Blugen.
I'm Brother Kilroy!
Hey, he's here too!
Yeah! Oh, of course he's here too. Fucking loud asshole. She gets her finger and puts it in her ear and like shakes it out. Well, I don't buy it worth a second because no one knows who HB Micron looks like, so you either tell me who you really are or you can just get the fuck out of my lot.
This is the guy that gave us these things,
Are you really going to turn away 4 people with the golden pin?
So how... Okay, one person at a time here, because this is actually going to constitute into a roll.
I would essentially go to you. It's like, even if you cannot be certain who HB Micron is, it seems like you're taking an awfully big gamble about turning away a potential HB Micron. How many people do you have come in here saying they're HB Micron? Meaning...
She turns the book around and shows you like 15 pages. A lot of people who think they're hot shit.
Well, it sounds like you need evidence.
Well, you got some chuckle fucks?
It's right there. I
that
point to
means...
the name on the book.
You think I was born yesterday, you schlub?
Excuse me.
Do you really want us to leave and then have us come back an hour later with a whole lot more annoying people with us?
Well, you could leave easily or I can break your arm.
I'm sorry, my friend here's being very uncouth. Clearly you're in charge here, and we understand that. This gentleman over here, who we met previously, was the one who presented us with our pins and our designation. he let us know that he is HB Micron. He was the one that gave us this prestigious role to help make sure that everything here can run functionally, properly, and to make your job as easy as possible. Now,
Persuasion with advantage.
There we go. Is it a 51 or a 21?
Well, bite-sized is not charismatic in the fucking slightest.
I'm just flapping her my big eyes.
Yeah, Zap is kind of like eating this shit up altogether. Like, and you look, like you can clearly see on her like little pin there, it also says bite-sized as her name. And Zap kind of like turns down to her, or Haynes as it says on his tag. Miss Bite-sized, I think they're kind of like being honest, and also remember what they said. We kind of have to honor the bargain. This fucking bargain is gonna bite everything. I can't even be myself anymore. Very well. Go on in.
a pleasure, madam. We'll be on our way as soon as we figure out everything that's going on.
Shut up and go!
Okay, it's like we're not even here. Poof!
As Kyle walks by her, he's trying to like make things a little right, and he looks at her and goes, I like what you've done with your ears.
I'm gonna pull something real quick. Wow, yeah, no, okay. You watch as she takes her tiny fist, punches the plexiglass to the side, and it fucking shatters the entire wall.
You have a good day! And Kyle just walks by.
I make a note of saying out loud, broke window belonging to company property. And then leave.
Yeah, this woman seems to have a very big fucking temper. Like an unchecked, huge temper.
She can't even stop a murder. Feel like, why is she here?
Well,
I say this out loud, as she probably can hear us as we're going down the hallway.
The fuck did you say? Roll a insight as she rolls intimidation.
Don't fight.
15.
15? Yeah, you shrink at that fucking voice and you fucking hurry up. You are afraid of this woman. You cannot be within 30 feet of her.
Well, it seems like I had a trinket that would have helped with that, but oh well.
Well, if you want to use it, go ahead.
I feel like that'll be a surprise for if she actually tries to test me.
Alright, so let's go ahead and move you all inside the lot. Give me a hot second, because here comes a massive fucking, like, huge roll of characters in a second here.
Here's the cast list.
Yep.
Curtain call.
Here's 30 people. Roll initiative.
Oh no, I've got the scary security guard behind me and 30 actors in front of me.
Why is it not selecting this program? It's butts so bad. It's so butts.
Oh, big fella. Other big fella.
Now you see, them I would buy as security guards.
They're just actors.
Well, they could do the part.
Maybe they could play security guards. Or maybe they could be security guard stunt people.
Alright, now at this point, that list I gave you all, this could absolutely come into play, so it's not as fucking, like, obtuse for everyone. But as you walk in, there is the lot, as you enter in from the side, you enter in the movie lot. In here, there's a bunch of props hidden off to the side. A lot of the set pieces look like it's supposed to be for a jungle-themed location. There's a bunch of cameras sitting up in the front. There's a wall in the back where a lot of the folks who are just sitting around, kind of just waiting for the detective to come in, and also the guards along with it, to finish off everything else. There are 2 humans, a high elf, a goblin, a very strange-looking bat creature, 5 sketches, what looks like a weird sort of spider-like creature, and a giant ogre. And they all stop and turn and look towards you. a lot of them like just are a little weirded out by the fact that there's more people, as they're just trying to fucking hurry up and get their jobs out of the way. And then finally coming around behind you is let's see, where is this fucking button? Oh my god, I hate this program. I hate it so much, man. Alright, Zap follows in behind you. Bite Size is going to stay in the security area. Mancatcher and Kilroy come in, and so is Arden with you. Alright, everyone. These folks are with the guild.
Hello.
Like, everyone kind of like turns and looks at you and like kind of just like gives you like a nod, like, alright. Like, their understanding of the fact that it's guild procedure and whatnot. One of the sketches, the small one in the pink dress, actually like looks a little relieved at the fact when that's uttered. The giant ogre fella kind of like rolls his eyes and folds his arms and just like takes a puff out of a giant cigar. The director, kind of like the director-looking fellow, the high elf, shambles himself up to the front of you. Good, I have so many complaints.
Did you submit them in writing?
Yes, here, it's my memoir to you. Roll a strength save.
12. Oh, I was gonna give this to Blugen anyway.
Okie doke. No.
I just yank my hands out of it.
It's okay, I'll do it! His brother Killer waddles himself up to it, grabs it with 2 fingers.
Can we keep him?
I'm an impressionable scamp!
I like him.
Mancatcher just looks at you. Well, let us go ahead and...
I see that all of these documents are fully unique, and I just start kind of thumbing through them.
It is so many fucking first world problems.
You were supposed to file these in triplicate with the local guild officer.
Please don't
Why
triple
do you
this
still have
amount.
them?
Arden kind of just like turns and looks at you. You're supposed to have all of this in the correct format. Why is it not here? Well, I could write it all out for you. If it means the shoot, Kenkin. Shh!
Dropped that finger.
Continue.
I open my coat pocket and show my gun.
Bows in front of you.
Prestidigitation just roses.
All the folks dressed in the royal attire just like all sigh. It's almost like he should have been the actor. The fella, the male one who's dressed up in a kingly fashion says, well, I guess we should go down the line and introduce everyone who's here. Let's go ahead and...
Get my pencil back for this part.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and
Duncan.
read this all off for you. I'm not going to give you all the info because that's for you guys to deduce in a moment. But here we go. Roger Lambaster, High Elf Male, the film director.
And pedantic.
Denton Rag, a male sketch, actor of King Well.
Is that wolf
The
looking
understudy.
stuff?
Yes. He's the one who's replacing the murdered fella.
Poor Marlowe.
Yep. Honey Walton, female sketch. She's the actress of Queen Well. Arden doesn't seem very plussed about this. He's actually like kind of like eyeing these two as he's like getting all this information parsed to him. You know what? I should do this. It's gonna be a lot of characters, but fuck it. Let's see. Where's Roger? Show to everyone.
Oh, here we go.
There's Roger. Here is... Where is he? Oh, here's Denton.
I see the resemblance.
Ha 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 ha. Just like there's even like a genuine like kind of like smirk at that when that comes out of Arden when you say that. Here's Honey Walton. The other sketch girl. When it gets to this, though, however, this girl is like tiny. She's like almost like just a wee bit taller to Blugen.
I'm pretty small.
This is Lena McDale. She is playing the part of she is playing the part of Princess Well. When that's mentioned, Arden kind of like stiffens up and looks at her and kind of just like shudders a bit. Like there's like some weird sort of like uncanny revulsion out of him. Though, however, Lena looks very, very pleased at the four of you. She's like actually ecstatic that you're here.
Does she have complaints too?
She doesn't. We're in introduction form at this point.
Okay, good. At least she hasn't dropped a filing cabinet on my hands.
No, that's just Roger. He's a time. Then there's Patty Fizzgig, female goblin. She's the prop maker for the set. Let's see. And then we have the stagehands on deck, which are Norbert and Danny Blather. Again, sorry, there's going to be a lot of characters. You're going to have to get used to them, I'm sorry. Show to everyone.
It's very useful to like see their faces.
Oh, yeah. And also, I want to show off. I want to fucking pimp out the artwork that Mocking Moth did.
Yeah, it's fucking.
And then, we're gonna have him show up because he's kind of like the biggest one. He's kind of like hurrying up everything. He's kind of just like standing there with his arms across. This guy looks like he could actually like break boulders with his fucking like arms alone. Ford Money, the owner of the lot.
Hi.
Yeah, pleasure doing business, I guess.
Somehow knew he'd sound like that.
Oh fuck, he's hot.
Oh no.
Then there's the weird spider fellow, which you thought was a prop at first, turns his head and looks over towards you and actually kind of moves at you with natural grace on all 8 of his legs. Does anyone want to roll a history check on what the fuck this thing even is?
I always know what the I always want to know what the fuck.
Well, I'm sure you and a bunch of chat members want it as well, so...
I mean, I'm a Ford Money guy.
I always know
18.
I got less than that.
Alright.
18.
18? Well, Mancatcher at least kind of brings you up to speed. This is Oscar High Price. He's the hired contract puppet master. He's a Neogi. And for those of you who got over a 10, that's some Spelljammer shit. This is someone from the Void.
He's an alien.
He is a... basically what he looks like is like he's got like a spider body at the bottom and then he's got the neck of an eel and the face of one. Their race is actually known for being incredibly nimble, but also very materialistic and very expensive is a good way to put it.
So, do the 8 legs connect to kind of like a spider carapace and then the eel comes out of that?
Yes, it's like where the head should be is where the eel neck starts.
Okay.
Bloodborne shit.
Must be hard to find turtlenecks.
And pants.
He's actually
There's the
no. He's actually wearing like a very large parka at the very like end of his neck, and it covers the rest of his body. So it actually goes from like his neck all the way to his thorax.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it wore pants, would it wear it like this or like this?
No, he's got no pants. He's just got the fucking parka.
Hell yeah.
Followed up by that. You've all met her. She's such a sweetheart, and you love her. Bite-sized.
No, she's in the other room where she needs to stay.
Well, she's watching off to the side. Zap, yeah, she's growling at you. Zap Hain, lot security.
The dork.
Yep, the dork. You've seen his artwork already. Another very large creature, almost like just as big, like almost like kind of a little shorter to Ford, but also like wider because she has a giant wingspan and the rest of her body is almost serpentine. Miss Mitzi Roper. She's one of the ushers who works in the theater. Roll another history check.
14.
Ugh, 1, like
8.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
Well, you got it.
Oh wait.
Yep.
Jessica,
She's a cloaker. what seems to be another fresh race straight out of the Spelljammer. In this world, Spelljammers are like it's kind of like it used to be just a form of travel, but now that everyone kind of like colonized and started living on fiction, now Spelljammer travel is kind of just like set for those who want to enter from the void and find a place to be in the material. So a lot of like insert immigration joke here or something, you know? So there's actually a lot of folks who really aren't all about the fact that there's folks from the void coming in.
Very much a there goes the neighborhood mentality.
Yes, unfortunately. When you actually look at when you actually see Mitzi, you don't remember which one, but it's kind of hard to tell because they're both twins. It looks like it, obviously. But one of the human twins actually like looks over at Mitzi and Oscar and kind of just like gives a weird like sneerish kind of look.
I guess it was Danny who's the sneery one.
Roll a perception check if you want to find that out.
I will! That's a modified 20.
Yep, it was Danny.
Racist.
The one thing I want to know is does the royal family have any stance on new arrivals from the void?
Nope, they are completely cool with it.
Okay.
Like the more the merrier, and remember, the entire point of the city is to make sure that you're like getting up and close with the storyteller. So most people kind of like flock here from the Spelljammers to try and make a living in the world and try to like get the storytellers to take notice of them.
Yeah, Danny's just been reading weird blogs.
Danny's on some questionable forums.
Yep.
Not unfriending people on Facebook that he might maybe you should.
Followed up by these two, and if you've been watching my Twitter or any of the ads that we've been putting up, these are a very common sight. Show. Fuck. And
I like that her hair doesn't have an outline, so it just kind of...
It's white, unfortunately. It's
no,
white
no,
on
no,
white.
but I actually kind of like that because it makes it look more mysterious.
All ethereal and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow,
this is Magic and Glamour. This is the current set of Mr. Ford's right-hand ladies.
Ah, the prostitutes.
Secretaries. Like, they both kind of like turn when you say that. They both turn to Blugen and just like...
That's what she called you, and Belghast points right.
No, they don't seem plus. They do not see plussed about it. They actually kind of just like turn and look to you. They smile in unison, very warmly. Not like, it's obviously it's kind of creepy, but it's a warm, genuine smile. And they all kind of like give a curtsy sort of bow, and they all speak in unison, and their voices are very melodic and beautiful. Secretaries, if you would.
I may.
Like, it's somewhat haunting to hear them speak, but it's also, like, very genuinely beautiful to hear it. But even though it's kind of weird, because one of the sketches there, she has no mouth. She's just an eye.
Does she blink when she talks?
Must she
Well,
scream?
she blinks, yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess when she talks, does her eyelid move like her mouth would?
Nah. And if I have one more... Nope, that was all of them. That's everyone.
They almost all fit on the screen.
Well, that's your giant, like, cast of characters.
This is our who's who of whodunit.
And
Yep.
the murderer is none of them.
Noticed very particularly that nobody plays the prince.
Oh, the prince isn't in this role, says Roger. Well, actually, it's more like this. Oh, the prince is not in this role. This is more of the princess's flashback of their parents meeting. Arden kind of like bites at that, like, oh fuck.
His story must not have been that important then.
Oh no, the prince is very integral. But we can only have the actor on set for so long.
Where is
Very expensive. Yeah, you kind of fucking asked for a shitload of money, says Ford as he takes a drag of his cigar.
Well,
Wait, you're saying the prince would have been playing the prince if you could afford him?
Oh no, we afforded an actor. We just fucking got rid of him as the moment he was done off the script. We got him done first.
you know, Kyle leans over and is like, I'm just an intern, but should we ask about where this guy is?
The body?
No, the prince. Sorry, is the prince the one that got...
No, it was the king.
The king.
Okay.
Who got killed?
I
want to know where the
body is?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I want to know where the prince actor is.
Okay, they will show you. You don't have to move. Well, let's go ahead and clear that. But you don't have to.
Will do.
You can get rid of all the character art because all the tokens are there. But they will. I will show you on the map where exactly that they say that the body was found. Okay. Reveal area. You fucking atrocious piece of shit program.
That's just going to be like the end of our sentences whenever we're talking about Roll20 now.
It really is, unfortunately. I don't want to hate it, but it's
That's why I
just so,
usually only use it for combat
it's
maps.
just so fucking jank.
Brought to you by Roll20, that piece of shit.
Try Foundry instead.
That's the tagline of Roll20.
Okay, so
Roll20. Could you find something better?
So go ahead and scroll it up a little bit just so I can show you all. Obviously, I don't have the artwork to show for it as of right now, but where the body was found was right here in the corner. This is the back of the alleyway. This is the back of the lot, and right here, this front section right here, it's pinging? I can't tell.
No ping I can see.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Make sure you're not on the GM layer, because I know.
I think your ping might be white.
There we go.
There we go, okay.
Okay, so the body is over here. Over here, like they took you out to the lot and they turned you around the side. The building is the back of the lot here. This is the back of the lot. It's a giant open grate. It kind of looks like it's something for a truck to kind of like haul stuff in. Over here in the front is actually the front of the security office. The body over here, it looks like it's not the actual bodies there, but like the chalk outline shows that what looks like a humanoid figure that was like kind of like pushed forward. It kind of looks like the hands are kind of like the front of the body is laying on the floor, and then like a lot of like the part of the head where it's supposed to be is kind of like sprayed forward, and like bits and chunks of like flesh are kind of just like marked off to kind of go in a sprayward manner, and it goes across the wall.
Okay. And how long ago was the attack? The murder?
The murder was 16 hours ago.
Perfect.
Oh,
All right.
we're quickly here.
I do have a question for Zap, but I think that can wait. I would ask that everyone...
As of right now, you have Mancatcher and you have Brother Kilroy's attention, because they're the detectives.
All right. Well, I do have something that I believe will help, but no one else step into the crime scene. And
Mancatcher kind of just like steps in front of you. What is this?
I am gifted with some abilities that allow me to see into the past.
You have magic.
Of the sorts.
One moment. She kind of like asks you to show your hands. You do so. She kind of like she doesn't cast magic, but she looks over at Kilroy. Would you mind? Sure thing! He like pulls out his little sickle, and it transforms into a weird like sort of brush, and he kind of like dabs it across your hand. You get this weird kind of like sensation in your body. You don't understand what it did, but like you could feel like something in your willpower to not force you to do anything mischievous. So like it's basically he cast like Zone of Truth on you.
All right, don't know how you make the magic lie, but whatever. It'll make you feel better, that's what I'm here for. All right, hold on. And Belghast will stand. I guess I'll just keep calling him Hoomer, because I find it funny.
Mm-hmm.
He'll stand at the...
by the way, I'm sorry, just to pad this out, because the moment I said Zone of Truth, everyone could just be like, why didn't you just fucking solve the mystery? It's not Zone of Truth.
All right.
It's like prestidigitation on your hands.
Also, Zone of Truth doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Like, there are ways around it.
So, if I stand on one edge of the crime scene, how far away is the furthest piece of marked evidence?
The furthest piece of marked evidence actually looks like it's towards this door all the way in front of the security lot.
And distance for me would be, in feet, would be...
I would say 160 feet.
That makes things difficult. I'd have to be in the space to get the most amount of information. So I'll move towards where the body's marked. It's where the body's marked, right? The body's not there anymore?
The body's not there, it's a
Okay.
mark.
Just like...
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no physical evidence of the person right now.
Ah, well, I'm just about to cast Clue!
What is that?
It is a spell you get in the Investigator book, which is what I'm part of as a conspiracy theorist, and I have to cast it as a ritual, because that's the requirement for investigators, but after I'm finished with the ritual, all footprints and fingerprints within a 45-foot radius, so it's not going to cover the full crime scene, but most of it, of a point you touch become highlighted and glow faintly for the duration, 10 minutes. At the time of casting, choose any period of time up to the last 10 days to be present. Only footprints and fingerprints left within that time will be highlighted. Each creature whose footprints or fingerprints are detected by the spell is assigned a unique color, so each set would be different. But are not otherwise identified. Any creature that moves or touches objects in the area will leave colorful footprints and fingerprints, which might reveal invisible creatures in the area. So even if they were invisible at the time, the fact that they touched something would leave a mark. So, I set the time between 17 hours ago and, for a little bit of leeway, 15 hours ago.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, just really quick, one more time. What would you be envisioned with?
So it won't be I see it. They will footprints and fingerprints that appeared during that time will actually just glow, so everyone will see them.
Okay, so what you get at first looks like a very weird kind of like slime trail that like comes in from in front of the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it almost looks like it's kind of liquid is kind of like pooling on the ground. And then it just like starts to minimize and vanish. And then you see another footprint kind of like walk in from around the corner. And then like maybe like 5 minutes later, there's a giant footprint that kind of like lurches across the wall, and it's giant handprint. And when I say giant, it's like a large category size creature. So a large category size creature and footprint, like handprint and footprint, kind of like slides down from the side. And then all of a sudden you just see an outline that looks like a spray and a humanoid body just hit the floor along with a giant handprint that's right behind them as they hit the wall.
All right. So, odd looking trails. Lead me to believe that we're dealing with...
And then the giant, well, one more quick thing.
Oh.
And then the giant handprint and the giant handprint kind of like lurches forward and kind of like runs almost like an animal off into the distance, and then just before it leaves the zone of where you're before it leaves the zone of your magic, it kind of like goes and then it's vanished. Like it goes for like maybe 10 feet and then it's gone.
So it like scrapes along the wall?
No, it like runs kind of like on all fours like an animal, 10 feet, gone.
Handprint.
The handprint and the feet print.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I see what you mean.
So quick point of order. When a cloaker moves, it just flies. Does it leave anything behind?
Mitzi has tiny like little claws that are used as hands that are on the edge of her wings.
Okay.
Her body is serpentine, so it's kind of like a Naga situation. She doesn't have like legs. She has like a tail.
But when she moves, she has a large part of her that's still touching the ground.
No.
Okay, it's only the handprint.
It's like the handprint and then a giant blob that could be the wings because it's dragging across the floor.
So essentially when she moves, she uses her hands and kind of just propels herself on a glide.
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm just trying to find out when it comes to that
like
slide trail, who that could be. The giant handprint makes you think it's a larger creature, but it could also be. It's possible for a sketch to probably like inflate their hand.
Right.
Okay, so that doesn't quite limit the pool, but it does give me some idea.
Well, Mitzi, not Mitzi, fucking what's her face, Mancatcher kind of like looks at you. Well, that's kind of gives us a little bit of a boon, and that also kind of lines up with a lot of the stuff that we found. We could probably bring you back inside. I would ask that you would leave the investigating part to us. This was very big help, by the way. We will tell our superiors about this.
Well, as part of my inspection, I need to make sure that these things do not happen again. Now, clearly, this wasn't just like an industrial accident, but if it's someone that's still on set, then it helps to pin down who the possible suspects are.
Oh, trust us, it actually gives us a great insight.
Oh yes, no, I mean, I endeavor, of course, to help you. I'm just saying, I needed to get an idea of the crime scene myself, just so as part of our inspection, we know who we could trust. So I appreciate you letting me have the liberty of looking at the crime scene.
She kind of just like nods to you, takes a puff of her cigarette. Now, if you don't mind, stay inside the lot. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of questions for the actual actors.
Oh, Blugen never left.
Oh, Arden. Okay, so then Arden's just there with you, kind of like the whole time. Ford is staring down at you three, in question. He's staring down at you guys with fucking incredulous fucking sight. He's sick and tired of the look at you.
Blugen's used to this. He's surrounded by that every day. He's actually going to walk up to Lena McDale, the young sketch playing the princess.
Mm-hmm.
Hiya!
You're with the guild, correct?
Yep, that's what this thingy says. Tink tink.
Fantastic. She kind of like looks around and she's like trying to like make sure that something's not looking at her. But unfortunately it is, so she's kind of just like, well, I'm very glad you're here. I'm
going to glance around to try to figure out what she was looking at. To look
perception.
11?
She was looking at Ford.
Meh. I wave.
Hi.
At Ford?
I mean, if he's staring down at us.
Oh, yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Yeah, when he sees you wave at him, he kind of just like takes a drag of his cigar and just looks to the side.
Nice guy, huh?
Oh, it's... I owe Mr. Ford I owe Mr. Money a lot for allowing me to actually take this part. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, I really would like to get this done as quickly as possible and move on. Our contract ends in 3 days, and that's how long Mr. Money is allowing us to stay here. And the sooner we get this done, the better. I would much rather get this done sooner, though. She's very fucking perturbed. Like she looks like there's something like just fucking haunting her.
You look on edge. Is craft service around here somewhere?
Oh, yes, she looks over at Mitzi, who, just looks down at all of it. She's towering, by the way. She's, fucking 14 feet tall. If she went all the way up on her tail, she would be.
Gotcha.
And right now, she's kind of like Nosferatu, holding her arms across herself, so she's kind of, looks like a giant bat.
Gotcha.
She, looks down at you. Oh, yes, I can offer... She's trying, her fucking accent of deep speech is so hard. She's trying to parse words, but it's so fucking there, dude. Yeah. But she's trying her best. She's, trying to be as, calm about it, but she clearly has a language barrier here. Her common is not very good. She, looks down at you. I can go get food if that's what you desire. And then you see fucking Zap kind of just go Mitzi, no, we can't do that. We don't want Miss Bite Size to get mad at us again for leaving the crime scene until, the investigation's kind of done.
Oh, Bite Size, she's a sweetheart. Look over at her.
She holds up her shock baton and looks at you.
I wave. Hi. Oh. It's a strong woman.
Oh, you don't know the half of it, says Zap. I mean, you do know what's going on. I mean, you are part of the guild. She is under probation.
Oh, of course. I mean, temper like that, how could you not be at some points? But
oh, I know.
Passionate about the job, to say the least.
Well, she's very passionate in the fact that she tore someone's arm off, and I had to move from usher to be part of the lot to, appease Ford's, to appease Mr. Money's legal suit. I was brought on to be part of the guard to, make things feel a little lighter and more comfortable for the patrons of the theater.
Explains why he's not so happy to see us around here, I take it.
That'd be part of it. He's just, he's a very busy and very stern man.
I can take note of that.
Kyle, you got anything you want to say to everyone in the lot so far? Everyone except for Mancatcher and
yeah, they're off doing a ritual right now.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle wanted to know where the actor for the prince is, because he's not on the lot right now.
He was they stopped using him months ago. He's not on set, so he's got an alibi. He's not even fucking there.
Phantom of the Operaing us.
His name was Joe Howard. But he wasn't they fucking let go of Joe fucking months ago.
That's not a name that'll put butts in seats. Nobody goes to the latest flick starring Joe Howard.
Ron Howard is peeking at us.
I don't know. I think Kyle Kyle would probably make conversation with Zap and just be like, "So it's been a little hectic around here lately, huh?"
Oh, you don't know the half of it, considering the fact that Mr. Money wants to make sure that all this is done in 72 hours. He's very stern about keeping the property on lockdown, at least until it's time for the for the museum opening. We have a whole new wing set up for one of Mr. Lambaster there's new films, or at least his most recent film he did. Maybe you've heard of it?
Yeah.
The Bananas Peel?
Yeah, I think I saw some trailers for that.
Very, very risque. It's kind of an X-rated movie.
Oh.
Explain the jungle.
No, well, Lambaster kind of looks at you. No, the jungle is part of the eyewitness truth. Given to me by the directorate itself. Arden kind of just like bites his lip. Oh, right, that's correct. The notes dictate that the king actually stopped a Gorellan. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly.
No, that's about right, I think.
The giant
monster ape.
Yeah, giant monster ape thing. It's I'm saying it incorrectly. Grillon. Yeah, Grillon. Garlon? Oh god.
It's like the four-armed monkey.
Yes, it's the giant four-armed monkey thing, but that's meta for right now. Goralin. That's what it is. Yes, it's where. Oh, so that's what you're doing then. You're filming the scene where my no.
Careful. That's not going to be on us.
yeah, he's just like, where His Majesty. Yeah.
Prestidigitation is here.
Nice save.
Where His Majesty actually took down a girl. Yeah, fuck's sake, this fucking
This campaign was almost over like that.
Yeah, right. I mean, he was gonna make up fuck-ups too. He was not infallible.
He'd still blame us. Friggin' monarchy.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is the 1%.
Yeah.
Oh god. The Goralin, yes, where the king actually fought a Goral in fisticuffs.
Ah.
Yes, it's very highly illogical, but it makes for entertaining movie magic ball.
Blugen's just waiting on bated breath, just...
Honey just like looks at him while also telling the truth at the same time. Yes, darling, yes.
Patient.
So what the museum is? What is the museum? It's.
Well, the entire right side of you, they point off to the distance. Actually, when you look to the right, there's a glass window and balcony that almost looks like it has like some kind of office that's looming over the entire set. But the doorway Zap is pointing to, oh, well, out that way, that leads to the entrance to the theater. We're actually setting up a bunch of the rooms and getting a bunch of props from the old movies and putting them up in the front there.
Oh, that's neat. Was that like delayed a bit because of the whole murder thing?
Oh, yeah, kinda. If that would be safe to assume. No one's allowed to go in there just yet, at least until Mancatcher gives the okay, or Mr. Money does as well. I'm about to fucking tell all of you to shut the fuck up and get back to work real quick. Real quick, like, he is, like, just so fucking impatient. He's, like, tapping his toes and just, like, physically just like, come on, this is fucking money. I want this shit done now.
As do we, sir. As do we. We want to make sure everything goes off without a hitch.
Lena kind of like looks over to Blugen in a sense like, well, you're talking to Ford right now, so
just looking up at where
Lena kind of like
talking up from me.
Kind of like waddles her way over towards Kyle. So, is it possible we can speak in private, away from large eyes?
Kyle looks around and notices that she's talking to him. It's like, me?
She looks so timid. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you. Both of you roll a stealth. Both of you roll a stealth check.
Dexterity
to kind of try to slink away in the slink away to the side.
16.
16. Yeah, you both kind of like. Well, considering you, it's kind of weird that you're like this giant, like fucking muscular human.
I'm currently trying to take Ford's attention as I'm walking up to him to have a discussion. So,
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
yeah, he punches you in the face. Yeah, that makes sense.
No, he's focused on
I
you
know.
at this point. Actually, roll me a deception check
Deception.
or persuasion of your choice.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, actually, no. Deception's good. 25.
25. Yeah, she kind of like moves you off to the side. So, is there any way you can process the fact that my agent told me that this was going to be a really good role for the fact that, you know, for what I could play, I'm obviously not, I obviously can look the part of the age, but everyone around here kind of like treats me weird, especially Mr. Ford. If he knew what my actual age was, I'm sure he'd kind of be a little sleazy.
Yeah, what would
She looks like she's very young, but from the way her voice is sounding, like she kind of like pitch shift herself a little bit actually to talk to you. So she sounds like she's way older than she like gives off the image of. I'm 23, but I look like for the part I had to in able to get this gig. I had to pretend I was below the age of 18, but I'm actually 24 and I could just play the part really well considering, well, you know, all of this. And she like motions to herself.
Yeah, no, you're very convincing. I wouldn't have known, you know.
So, can you help me make sure that she like points over at Honey and points over at Ford? Can you like just be sure that they don't do anything rash? Miss Walton is very nice, but I get the feeling she doesn't like me because I'm a little versatile because I can physically alter myself.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
might be jealous, but I don't want to. That sounds egotistical, I know.
No, it's a total, you know.
Actors, am I right?
I understand that.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, all things considered, because, you know, you're in a movie lot and everyone in this fucking world is always out for notoriety, so someone who wants to play low, it's kind of fucking strange.
I know exactly what you mean. I can do that.
What do you mean? How do you know? Like, if you don't mind me prying, sir.
Oh, just, you know, just talking about in general, people can. I know what it's like to wanna just kind of blend in.
She's gonna roll an insight on that. Do you want to deceive or persuade that?
If you're hiding, it's a deception.
Which,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, You know what? Yeah, we'll perceive actually.
Well, persuasion.
Persuade.
Sorry.
Okay, I see.
I said perception, didn't I? That's fucking genius
I
of
don't
me.
No, she's trying to insight.
I think for you it's always +2.
Yeah,
It's
just
a
charisma.
deception or-
Plus, oh god. Yeah, it was +2, so it's 5.
She doesn't get it, so she completely fucking believes you.
Wow.
Like she rolled a fucking 6.
Oh.
Well, everything will be okay.
Okay, well that's great, and well, you know, hopefully the detective can at least, well, the detective and the fact that there's also someone from the directorate here, like maybe this can all be solved very quickly. I'm kind of a little nervous the fact that we're working on a, I don't know, cursed set.
Yeah, you know what? Just don't say the theater term that starts with H or whatever. We'll be good. I know a little bit about theater. I'm not a nerd. Anyway, listen. We're all here to help, and we're gonna make sure everything goes great. You're totally safe.
Okay, well, maybe you can also file my complaints to the guild, considering the fact that she looks over at Ford. He's really sleazy. I mean, you see the way he, like, looks at his two secretaries? Don't even bother looking! He's grabbing both their asses and he's got his arms slung around them.
Yep, I can.
He's a
sense it.
fucking scumbag!
And Blugen's just standing there. Yeah.
And with fucking absolute grace, Magic and Glamour are completely just nonplussed about it. Like, if you want to roll an insight to see how they feel about it, go for it, but they're very professional about it.
Nah, I'm good. It's a
Alright.
nat 1.
Also, Kyle totally fucked that up, and the theater term starts with M. It
M,
doesn't start
yeah.
with
M,
H. I'm
yeah.
thinking of Hamlet. But Kyle is also not the...
Yeah, no, I figured it's like, I know theater. I'm like, fuck you.
I was gonna say, you cut back to Blugen. My favorite part of Macbeth was...
Alright, so at this point, you, Mancatcher, and Brother Kilroy come sauntering back in. We are at 8 o'clock right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask you guys if there's anyone else you want to talk to before we go ahead and cut for break, or cut for the session.
I would like to talk to Marlowe.
Marlo?
Yes.
Marlo's dead.
I know he's dead. I have ways to talk to the dead.
Oh, do we?
Where is
I
the
do.
body?
I would require a small. It doesn't have to be where the crime scene is, but I would require a small space with the rest of my companions.
I'm simply just talking to Ford about possibly getting to that body because I figured
Well-
he'd probably want to do that.
Looking at the map, as of right now, you have... Sorry. You have basically over here, which is by the office. Yeah, right there. Over here is where the body is... You moved it.
Sorry.
Right there. Over here is where the body is found. This is the security office. And then, Lordy, there's a... There's a locked door that leads behind it here that like it looks like it's someplace where a truck is supposed to dump something. There's a door over on this side over here that kind of like leads into the theater section. And then over here where you guys where you entered to go look at the side lot, there was a small hallway that leads to 3 other really, really big rooms, kind of like a dressing room and other such locations.
I think Marlowe is going to want one more chance to be on stage, so I would like to do this in the theater. I am not restrained by where the body is or was.
In the theater.
We can
Yeah.
drag him wherever.
I don't need the body. I'm calling the spirit.
Right,
Oh.
but the problem is that everyone kind of like follows you back in. You're not allowed to go into the theater just yet.
Well, then you've... guys, there is a sense of importance I'm trying to bestow on this poor soul, but if you want me to do it in the broom closet, I'll do it in the broom closet.
I've done many things in the broom closet. Ha-cha-cha! I nudge the, I nudge
Arden
Glenn.
grabs you by the arm. What the fuck did I just tell you? Don't mess with their investigation.
I'm not trying to mess with their investigation. I don't need to do anything with the body, which is what I'm sure they want to look at.
Remember, I'm not really all this well versed in magic, so what are you doing?
I am going to perform a seance and seeing if our dead friend knows who killed him.
Alright, I like this plan. We just gotta find a way to slip around and make sure no one sees us. But unfortunately, everyone is in this room.
Is your running gag still out back?
He looks at you, and then like his eyes go to the side, and there's bite size like around the corner looking at him. I don't think we're going back that way.
We can make the broom closet real nice. We can light some candles. Make it comfy.
Well, surely with being members of the Golden Pin, they would allow us a sense of privacy. Just to at least talk to one another.
We can all
Sorry,
just
I
go
keep
to the...
saying this quietly. Hopefully, give us a
scream
sense of
it.
privacy.
Point, he goes, you know what? You would believe that, but points at Ford.
Who I'm still standing by.
Yeah, he's
So how much do you pay them a month? Is it
Actually-
like a...
I only need 3 people. It doesn't have to be Blugen, if we can trust him with a diversion. And believe me, he'll love this.
My ears start to smoke a little. Oh?
okay. Well, if you think you could do that, let's see. He's gonna have to run distraction for everyone while we figure out a small
He's
little
good
spell.
at that. And plus, I have something that may just let him do that even better. And I actually finally bring out the bottle of the fake cider. Don't ask where I put these things, I have them.
Arden kind of like looks around and sees that there's like a kind of like squared off temple off to the side on the set piece. All right, over there. Get this done fast.
Blugen.
Hold on a second. Pleasure, ladies.
I have something I need you to do, and I'm sure you'll love it.
Uh-huh.
I need a performance that gets everyone's attention. And to help you with that, I managed to pilfer some of this, and I just put the cider back on the table.
This might just do the trick.
everyone just stops and turns around and sees Blugen just fucking pull out a thing of wine.
Get ready to come with me.
All the actors are kind of like fucking weirded out by you just pulling that out. Everyone's kind of like weirded out. All the stagehands are just like, what the fuck? Ford is just sitting there going, what the fuck are you doing?
This is my big chance. I never wanted to be an investigator. I wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
Did you just flex on 2 different levels?
Roger kind of like steps up and looks at you and kind of like mimics the same pose. As one such as you, I would have imagined. The spotlight shines on those who work for the guild.
The spotlight never goes out on those that hold the spotlight in their heart. Prestidigitation, the spotlight closes in on me.
Persuasion with advantage.
Performance? Or
performance, right,
okay.
Sorry.
Do with advantage. That is a 24.
Alright, well, you have a couple of people you're going to be hard-pressed to do that with. Unfortunately for you guys, you're going to have to worry about bite-sized.
Can we at least roll stealth?
That's what I mean. Okay. We could do that, but let me get him out of the way first.
Fair enough.
Folks, here's the story about Minnie the Moocher. She was alone to 20 guess Blues Brothers sneaking.
I actually...
What'd you get?
24.
I have
sorry.
the code over my head. Just...
Everyone kind of is taking it, but you know who's taking it the most right now? Like, Mitzi. The cloaker kind of like looms over you and she's actually like clapping her little claws. She looks really into this. Like, she's actually kind of like twinging and like nerding out at your performance.
I'll double up on it and cast Mirror Image for flavor to give myself 3 extra Blugens to play off of.
Who he can harmonize with himself.
She's like trying to like actually like she's like speaking in broken deep speech. She's like trying to like figure out, oh, that move, that you're doing that movie, the big, very good movie. Like she sounds like she's trying to nerd out.
It's called the Blugen Brothers.
Oh. She is so fucking nerding out and everyone's enthralled by it. Ford doesn't care, but everyone else is like in on it. Fucking Roger is like trying to play into this. The fucking stagehand brothers are just like, alright, this is happening, I guess. They're on smoke break. Glamour and Magic are kind of just like, actually like, they're almost like kind of like jiving along to it, almost like rhythmically to like try and like get in on the dance as well. Oscar is just standing there just like, okay. Like Oscar just kind of like feels like he's like nervous and just like kind of just like watching all of this like happening. He's just like, is this on payroll? What's going on here? You three. So that's a really good distraction, and that's a really good sign.
It's an Amber Alert.
It's an Amber Alert. Oh, geez.
We got kids to save.
So with that, you guys are trying to sneak over towards a temple sighting, but unfortunately, Bite Size is right there, kind of just like watching everyone. So how are you going to handle this scenario?
Always watching. Is she not at all distracted by my?
No, not at all.
I'll get through that. I'll break through that icicle.
I want to
of
double
heart.
check to see if I have something that could just bind her, but I'm not.
Excuse me?
Okay, actually, question.
Hold monster.
Is there a? Do we have to pass by Bite Size to get to the cathedral, or is it just like she could intercept?
That sounds like other roles. Okay. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what route we're taking to get to the cathedral first.
Well, to get to the cathedral, you have to. The doorway is over here.
Can I see the mouse?
Scroll down.
Please. I'm in the middle of my Minnie the Moocher number.
So you have a couple of entryways. You could either go here, you could go here, or you can go back out the way you came right next to her.
Okay.
And go this way. Or somehow, without fucking letting everyone notice you, sneak past all the fucking police markings in front of the gate.
For the sake of my performance, I would be trying to pull the attention as far away from wherever they're trying to go as possible.
Well, with everyone's roles and with the role you have, like, everyone is fucking distracted by you except for Bite-Sized.
I will worm my way into.
I have a way to keep her from I have a way to keep her from following us directly, but I don't have a way to hide our passage. That's the problem.
Well, I guess our musical number's gonna have to be even bigger.
I need 3 people, and it seems like we're the only ones that are willing and able.
Let me see if Arden has anything he could do. Let me roll an intelligence for Arden. Nope. Arden's fucking drop dead afraid of this woman.
And I just gave up my bottle of alcohol. That was my only other offering.
I don't think she would take that anyway. She
I mean,
doesn't seem like she likes to
also,
relax.
You also could ask people about her.
But they're now all watching him.
Yeah, you just need to sneak, I think.
I think that's the only thing we... so, my idea, if he's over there, I mean, even if she's not into the performance, I'm thinking that, yeah, going by the big fellas would be the easiest way to not grab attention.
Well, unless you have any other way to think about trying to get around this, you would have to roll a stealth with disadvantage because she's literally looking in your direction.
Disadvantage? Jeez.
I have a way to kind of know that out for myself. Well, Kyle isn't sneaky. Kyle is a lot of great things. I'm not sure he's sneaky.
Arden seems like he can handle himself. Remember, he's the roguish type.
You know, we could go for broke and just do the seance here.
Just in the middle of the number.
Like all it's gonna look like is I'm putting down some divination cards. And then when the dead spirit shows up, it's too late. Dead spirit's already here.
Is everyone else gonna see?
Yes.
Yeah, but once a ghost is there, it's like, shit, there's a ghost now.
Well, let me double check to see who can ask it questions.
Yeah, maybe the ghost is just gonna show up. We didn't do anything to cause it.
You can ask up to 3 questions, so I have control of the questions. So even if everyone sees it, they can't interrupt. Well, I mean, they can interrupt me, but they can't, like, take our questions from us.
Cool.
So
like
I feel like sometimes a great notion is required. I would like to do the seance now.
If
and if we
everybody's
can't
distracted,
easily hide, might as well do it here.
Could you get back out to the alleyway that you were in previously?
It seems like the only way to do that is to go through the police tape, which seems like it would be tricky.
No. I said there's also up here. If you may as well just like minus out one more.
I'll just scroll up here.
Like you could go out the way you came towards where the body was.
What if we all just go to the bathroom together?
How big are their bathrooms?
You never asked.
The problem is, if it's just honestly, for a movie lot, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just one toilet and it would look really weird.
I'm on verse 2, guys. Just
Yeah.
So what's weirder? Us all fitting into one porta potty together and doing a seance, or us just doing it here?
I would say doing it here. I mean,
All right, well, if you're asking
she
this
went to town with the bloke named Smokey.
if you're asking this out loud, I'm gonna go ahead and just roll something real quick. All of you roll a stealth check.
I'm going to use my trinket to re-roll that. I only have 2 of them each time before a long rest, but I get a free re-roll.
18.
16.
Zap unfortunately heard you guys talking about something. Zap turns around and he's actually standing in front of you. You have to go to the bathroom?
Yes, actually, we all have to go to the bathroom.
All of you? Arden, yes, all of us.
It's just a thing bros do sometimes, you know? There's that stereotype about all the guys just going to the bathroom
we've all
together
been
all the
drinking
time.
at the same time. We're all
I have to go to the bathroom too!
Oh.
Wait, no, this works. Kilroy, do you want to do something fun?
Oh boy, relieving yourself is fun!
It involves hand-holding, too.
Oh boy!
All
Arden's
right.
just looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing?
Do you want in on this? 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 Do you want in on this?
Fucking fine, I guess, if this is gonna do something.
Perfect, let's go. I immediately start heading us.
Alright, well, I guess I'll usher you guys. Bite-Size, I'm gonna take them to the restroom. You better fucking hurry back, Zap.
You're gonna miss the peak of my number. Verse 3 is where it hits. Shit slaps.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy,
All right. Well, with that, we'll go ahead and take stop here.
All right. We're going to open this on a fun little ritual. I have a rhyme already.
Lordy, 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 lordy.
I am so sorry this took so much time on exposition and I didn't get to everyone. Hopefully, shit will happen again. A lot of characters, and a lot of them actually are connected to a lot of shit.
But
It's just that you gotta ask the questions for it.
We'll get that together, and we will get through everything. We'll learn more stuff, and maybe even look at some fan art next time at the table.
Get ready to talk to the dead.
I've never been on this. Do we look at that camera?
I think it's that one.
The bigger one, I think, is the wide shot on all of us. So I'm pointing just in that general direction.
I'll look at neither to make it better.
You, chat member.
You, people out there who are watching this video.
God, I hope this was entertaining for you. Thank you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.